welcome. It's the highest octane energy show that you could possibly be hoping to see here from Adepticon. It's the team tournament for Marvel Crisis Protocol, live from the Adepticon show floor. My name's Tim. With me is Big Chuck and also Dan.
Hi.
And today we will be covering all of the team tournament on the Adepticon floor from Exploration Hall here in beautiful Illinois. We have a whole ton of people today playing in this tournament. Like a whole lot of them.
Like 76 or something?
Above 70. Over 70 people have gathered with teammates and their models to have a real good time. Chuck, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited that you're here.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do? So what's going on today? We got a team tournament.
Yes.
We've got
all day.
Pairings are coming up as we speak.
Yep. So over on the Longshanks, you can actually check this out right now from home if you want to take a look at who's going to be playing, who's going to be paired, what they're going to be playing. It's all up there. A bunch of friends that we've met here. Omnus is going to be playing Dr. Norbert, Ravensguard. It should be Nick as well.
He's a cool dude.
He is. Should be a pretty stellar day. What do we think we're going to be seeing a lot of, and why is it Dr. Voodoo?
I hear Dr. Voodoo's popular.
Yeah.
Very legitimately, we're going to see a ton of Dr. Voodoo.
Yes.
We're going to see a ton of Avengers, I have a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Wild card, dark horse options. I think we're going to see a couple of Dark Dimensions.
I'm actually very excited to see some Dark Dimensions.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we see a whole bunch of them.
I'd like to see some Dark Dimensions. I would love to see a Wakanda come in and just absolutely destroy some tables.
Yes. Yep. 100%.
I feel like if there's a team that's going to come out of nowhere and really make a statement, it's going to be Wakanda. It's going to be maybe since Cabal.
Yeah.
I think some really wonky, really cool lists are going to come out of nowhere. Granted, I could be wrong about all this. I mean, this is a team tournament, but that's the beautiful thing. It's a team tournament.
It is.
Minimum 20 threat.
Minimum 20 threats.
Yeah.
So yeah, how Crisis I will work today is every team brings their normal allotment, 3 and 3. They also bring 10 Tactics cards and I think 8 characters each. Effectively, how they will determine the crisis that are going to be played normally, and then adding 6 threat to that point to make their squads.
Nice big games.
For the absolute minimum, we will be seeing 20 threat at a maximum of 26. So we're going to see a lot of models on the table. We're going to see a lot of cool stuff, and they do have to play as one entire affiliation. So one leader is going to lead both teams.
Yes,
that's cool.
Which is actually kind of interesting. So, question: since we're here, since we're talking about it, what do you think the best strategy is? You and your teammate go mono affiliation across the board?
No, I don't think so. I think you get wild with it. I think everyone runs Dormammu, goes Dark Dimension, and just brings
so
they want
stuff.
So, but is that what we do? Is that if you're going into this, let's say it's you and I, we're going to this team tournament, we're building our roster. Do we go something where everybody splashes in between so everybody gets bonus for tactics cards?
Yeah.
I mean, if we're doing a situation where, I'm running Wakanda, you're running Avengers, do we try to splash as much in there as possible?
That's actually a really good question. So specifically for stuff like Avengers Assemble or Wakanda Forever, you really want to really kind of heavy load into one affiliation. But Wakanda only has so many people.
Very true.
5.
Right.
Right. And but then what do you think we're not going to see?
I don't think
Wakanda.
we're going to. I think we will.
I think we're going to see one Wakanda.
I think we'll definitely see some Wakanda. I think there'll be very little Asgard, just because Thor is not a favorite at the moment.
Right.
They do have a really good. His leadership ability is stellar, though.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Asgard that also splash into Avengers.
Correct.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we're going to see some convocation. I think we're going to see some convocation.
I think convocation's a good one, especially with how their affiliation works.
Yeah.
Where you can effectively just assign a leader, whoever you want it to be that day, that minute, that hour.
I like that one a lot. I think we'll see a lot of Midnight Suns.
Yes.
Because Bump in the Night is super popular.
I think we're going to see a ton of Blade. I mean, both in and out of affiliation, but I think we're going to see heavy Avengers, heavy Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll see Cabal will be pretty limited. mostly because their team tactics cards, there's like 3.
Right.
And 2 of those are character specific.
Also, I think we're
But one of
sleeping.
them's Cosmic Invigoration,
Which can be really
which is
good.
awesome. Because
Can be.
it invigorates you cosmically.
Oh, that's right, it does.
So,
But if I'm being, I mean, I think we're forgetting about the plucky ones themselves.
right.
The Guardians.
Oh, Guardians are
Guardians-
so
Guardians
good
are
now.
wide anyway.
Yeah,
So hot
are
right now.
so good.
Yep.
And with this high a threat, you can bring literally everybody.
You can bring the whole crew.
You can literally
of
bring the
Milano.
entire crew of the
You
Milano.
got Ronan and Angela in that ship, hanging out.
Well, and 6 extra threat is a lot, but when you're talking about adding Angela, it gets spent really fast.
I mean, that's Angela and a gem essentially, kind of for free in a way.
Yeah.
Having 6 extra.
Or,
threat.
I mean, that's
Solid.
like, that's guaranteeing you got Groot, that's guaranteeing you got Rocket, and that then you can bring Ronan.
Yeah.
I mean, throwing out Judgment, I think the thing is, like, people are not going to expect Ronan most of the time, right?
Right.
So Judgment on the table doesn't happen very often. So I think if you make somebody now have to deal with Judgment,
Yeah.
deal with Ronan is going to universal hammer your face into the ground.
Yes.
Like, yeah, people, I think the best strategy is having people not expect it
Correct.
coming
Well,
into this.
And
It's weird.
Go
How
for
much,
it.
I was gonna say it's weird how much people sleep on Ronan, because when you used him in the Infinity War League we did last summer,
Yeah.
he was like, every time I was against him, I'm like, I totally forgot he could do all of these things. Like you'd hurt him, and then he just hits you back anyway
Yeah.
for not a lot of power, and he's
You-
got it because you just did damage to him.
You finally daze him, and then he Creed Justice to you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what?
You're like,
he gets
wait a
move
minute.
first, too? It's like, oh, he's far enough away. It's fine. But it's no big deal.
And Judgment is so debilitating.
Oh, we got some people coming up to
Oh,
the table. Oh, boy, the
They
big man
called it.
himself.
I see Omnus.
Omnus stepping up to our table. I am.
So Taylor and I went and we cultivated these teams for our first round. I don't know if it can get any better than who we're having right now.
All right.
Are
but
you a
this was-
gardener of the galaxy?
I am a gardener of this galaxy. Taylor and I went out and we handpicked this pairing.
Nice.
So I hope everybody enjoys that. Nasty lists. Very, very nasty lists. It's going to be great.
Guys, so for those of you just joining us, we have a really star-studded first match to play on the table today. Both Chewie and Omnus Protocol are here. This is, honestly, couldn't get better to start the day.
Sweet.
I don't think I have ever been more just dazzling.
Starstruck.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
so we actually got to do a pickup game the other day
Uh-huh.
with Omnus. There is nothing that actually makes me feel so good about myself than watching Omnus play my team for me, because I had no idea what was going on.
That is
Yeah,
very accurate.
we got to run separation anxiety again.
Yeah.
Man, that is a fun game.
Well,
I love that one.
And it's really cool because that's one of the organized play kits that they have here
Yeah.
at the convention that you can just come and play.
Yeah, just try
Especially
it
if
out.
you have the all-weekend battle pass.
And there's nothing better than like if there's like a group of like 3 of you or 4 of you, like
Yeah.
maybe there's 3 of you walking around and be like, man, I'd love to get a game in. I don't want to get a full, like just 2 one-on-one game.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, oh, it's with separation anxiety. The table gets excited. Everyone jumps in. Everybody wants
Very
to play.
much so.
Really
So-
well done 4-player thing. It's so good.
It's very well put together. And
Yeah.
when you have somebody like Omnus who actually knows what they're doing, it's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like,
Correct. So, so this is the first team I think we have here, correct?
They're a team.
They're
this is a team. Yep.
And initially, I was like, "Wow, these guys are going to beat the bricks out of each other right away."
So let me tell you
Yeah.
how dirty these 2 rosters are.
Okay. What do we got for the list, Taylor?
We've got brother, Dr. Voodoo, and then Dr. Voodoo, and then somehow they fit a 3rd one in somewhere. I don't know how.
They have
Dr.
3
Voodoos
Dr.
on one team?
Voodoos somehow on one list. This is actually pretty exciting.
On one side, I think Brotherhood, like Brotherhood.
Okay.
And the other side is just kind of like a catch-all of we've got heavy hitters and we've got bodyguards to back them up.
I saw
All right.
Juggernaut and Mystique on Chewie's
So
side.
it
for
looks
sure.
like we're seeing a heavy Brotherhood list from these guys with a bunch of beat sticks and some Mystique.
So, I mean,
I've seen her beat
in
some
a,
sticks though.
I mean,
Yeah.
in a team, like in a team setting like this, where you have such high threat,
Mhm.
going is it Freedom Force
Freedom Force.
Freedom Force actually is a really good idea because now you've got bodies on the table, being able to drop those tokens
Yeah,
and
well,
hold position and then get off.
Just imagine that too. Juggernaut walking up to an eject and being like, "This is mine. No one touch it."
And then walks away.
Yeah.
And they listen to him because it's Juggernaut.
Correct.
And I don't know if you guys know this. Juggernaut, huge Dazzler fan.
Very big.
He's
Oh,
doing it
I
for the
believe
Dazzler.
it.
Yeah.
Who isn't a huge Dazzler fan?
Cried when he thought he killed
Black
her.
Bolt.
Fair.
Tracks.
They're running Infinity Formula, Spider Infected, 23 threat.
Okay, so we're
Okay.
looks like 23 threat.
That's so
Infinity
weird to
Formula,
say.
And Spider Infect.
23 threat.
I actually kind of like it.
Yeah.
Kind of love it. Want more of it. I try so hard, but I just can't deny it. Neo, good morning.
Welcome back, Neo. Also, Republicrat. Great to see you here, man. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, and Rookie Boy,
Rookie.
salute.
But so do we have a Juggernaut up there? Is there one? I see.
Chewie had Juggernaut in his
Chewie had
roster,
a
I
Juggernaut.
believe.
Honestly,
Okay.
I hope to see it in the squad.
right here, every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if we're not at a convention, apparently, we stream. Oh, yeah, the Power Phase.
Yep.
I got to be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
I like the idea of putting Juggernaut on Freedom.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really want to start. I want to see how this plays in hopes that we can start doing this on stream, of course, over here at twitch.tv/Professional Casual Network. Thank you for joining us. We are the Professional Casual Network. Check us out. Give us a little like. Give us a little follow. And if you love what we do here, give us a little sub scheme. We would really appreciate it.
So just taking a look at the table here quick, we do have some cosmic terrain set up today.
Absolutely gorgeous. The team,
Really well
the
done.
terrain team here at Adepticon
Is
has done.
absolutely stellar.
I don't
Yeah,
think they
for
slept
real.
for a year.
They
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 have-
use airbrushes, so they got a couple hours off.
Oh, they got a couple hours off. Okay, but these Quinjets, there's about 3 or 4 Quinjets, and we're going to try to rotate them out throughout the entire show.
just look at this Quinjet.
It is
Wondering
gorgeous.
what you were doing.
It is long.
This is a kind of, I think that they tried to model it a little after the Milano, like it's like that very same scheme.
Yeah.
My favorite is that Hydra, the hidden Hydra Quinjet,
That's
where
really
they
good.
made the camouflage look like the Hydra symbol.
Yes.
I'm really hoping we can get that back on stream later because it is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Absolutely
very much so.
So we got our second team coming up.
Second team.
I see
coming
another
up.
Juggernaut on his tray.
I like that.
Juggernaut. I mean, for 5 threat, apparently all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, I was walking around just like kind of looking at things earlier for like, and there were some pickup games going on.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves the Jugs.
Oh, he's
I don't
so
know
hot right
how
now.
you couldn't.
Whoa.
That was a little loud.
Getting somebody's attention.
All right, let's go through these lists. So
who do we got here?
for
They put their name on it.
This is
yeah. So for Chewie and Omnus, we have Magneto, Corvus, Toad, Gambit.
Corvus
Actually,
is the reality gem as well.
with the reality gem, Angela, Colossus, Rogue, Mystique, Mr. Jugs, Dr. Voodoo, Okoye, Proxima, Quicksilver, and Scarlet Witch.
Ooh, man, that is a heavy hitting
I
list.
like seeing Gambit and Rogue here.
Yeah.
Really excited to see some new models on the table, especially with Juggernaut there as well. Corvus
Colossus.
and Proxima. I mean,
It's an
once
interesting
again,
splash pick. I like it.
yeah. As far as team tactics cards, we have Asteroid M, Medpack, Indomitable, Sacrifice, Climbing Gear, No More Mutants, Deception, Do You Know Who I Am,
Yes.
Follow Me, and Brace.
Okay, can we talk about Sacrifice being on there real quick?
Interesting.
I am ecstatic. That is one of those cards that we talk about over at Wait Did I Roll a Wild every Thursday, live, or on Tuesday, get the podcast version, where we're like, Sacrifice is so good, and we feel like nobody brings it.
Never take.
Right.
Nobody brings it.
I'm also interested in how often we're seeing Follow Me this week.
Yeah.
Because we saw it twice yesterday, I think, out of 3 games. And again,
For our other gents here, we have
very different list.
A very different list. All right, so we're looking at some Miles Morales, Black Cat.
Amazing Spider-Man?
What's this?
Gwen?
Gwen.
Oh, Gwen, yeah.
Gwen, Magneto, Amazing Spider-Man, Juggernaut, Moon Knight, Mystique, Toad, Rogue, Venom, Hood, Ooh, I'm
Oh,
excited to see
Hood.
some
I thought
Hood.
it said hold. I was like, that's not a thing.
Black Panther and Quicksilver, so they could go kind of a couple different ways here. Wakanda, Web Warriors.
Absolutely loving the Web Warriors.
Yeah, even Mystique's there too. We could go Brotherhood. We could go Freedom Force.
You know, Taylor is petitioning up there for them to field Venom
Right.
since he's in their roster.
For Team Taxes cards, we have Brace, Medpack, all webbed up. Can I borrow that? Deception, which, I mean, if Mystique's there, absolutely.
Yeah.
Indomitable, Marked for Death. Do you know who I am? I think that's
Oh, wheat cakes maybe?
Wheat
Mary
Cakes,
wheat cakes?
Maze Wheat Cakes,
Maze wheat cakes.
and Hood's Gang.
That tracks. That makes sense.
Very
All right.
cool.
So, as far as the format for this particular day, there is a rules breakdown. I don't know.
Okay.
As far as the format for today, so it's kind of standard setup. Both teams get, what was it, 8 each, 9 each, or was it 10 each? Characters,
I believe
Look
it
like
was
7 each.
7 each. And
Taylor.
they pick crises normally, and then add 6 to the
Taylor.
threat value. So we are playing Spider Infected
And cube fragments?
and
Is that the one?
fragments, I think. So they're going to be at 23 threat for today out of all those rosters that we just listed. And with that, I really like seeing some higher threat people in there. We have Magneto, we have Juggernaut. I mean, being able to throw in Colossus and not have his kind of increased value hold you back from picking him.
Yeah. I would love to see Colossus out there. I've only used him so far in the... when we used him incorrectly in the Colossus, Unstoppable Colossus encounter. He seemed good there. I'm excited to see him in a more regular game. This isn't a totally regular game.
Yeah, it's... I wouldn't even go so far as to call it irregular, but it is definitely extra regular.
It's different.
Obi Watts and Ryder, if you wanted to check out the rules for this, they are in fact available at Adepticon.org. They are a little tricky to find though, but they should be there. We're thinking that they might be able to be up on Longshank somewhere as well, but we have yet to have that confirmed. But so who are you excited about seeing today? Is it Dr. Voodoo? Because I think we're going to see a lot of them. I'm very happy to be seeing so many Juggernauts out here.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. People have been pumped for Juggernaut for over a year when we saw him on the Brotherhood affiliation card.
Yeah.
When he came out, when we saw his card, it was like, all right, we need him now because he looks real good.
Right.
And apparently people in these events are agreeing because we're seeing a lot. And I'm excited for that because I think he's really cool. He's got a great model too. He's so chunky.
For real. I'm excited to see how people have done them too. We've seen a couple really cool, like Deadpool 2 styles with the yellow and gray, which I absolutely
Looks
adore.
good. I painted mine up, I think it's still in your car, on the classic 90s cartoon theme where he's like red, like bright red and a more muted, like brownish.
Yeah, I really like the brown. I've seen a lot of that in the red, obviously, but for some reason, just the brown is really striking. Especially when you get those red highlights in for like the belts or the bands or something too. Like it can be really
Well, he's
nice.
got the crimson bands of Sidorak. I get in Deadpool 2 he looked a little bit different, but I love that look of the bright red metal on his arms and hands and helmet. I tried to give his helmet a more metallic sheen by doing, I painted it like a bolt gun metal first and then went over it with a really thin down red so some of the metal would come through.
Yeah.
Not like a candied red because that's too much for Juggernaut, but
Yeah, that's
just make it look metallic but red, a little dinged up. He's got some cool dents in it like Boba Fett.
Yeah. No, that's a really good way to put it. So it looks like we're setting up the table here. We have Omnus and Chewie on the left. We're still getting the names of the gents on the right.
Can we find that out from Longshanks? Can Longshanks tell us who they are?
It's a good question. Player standings.
Hello.
Hi.
Danny, how are you today?
Good. I'm going to hop in Chuck's spot really quick because he's helping out table side, getting stuff organized for the players.
It's a lot of stuff to put down.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess I knew yesterday, like, we're doing team tournament. Yeah, okay, so there are going to be 4 players. But just, the sheer magnitude of just stuff, I didn't really account for that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, these are going to be crowded tables here, guys. But with the atmosphere in the air and how everyone's been treating each other, I feel it's going to go well.
Oh, yeah, it
sure.
should be, totally great.
All bubblegums and handshakes, fortunately, for MCP so far.
Yeah.
Bubblegum and handshakes.
Bastion, good to see you, bud. We missed you. The wrestling, it doesn't...
That's after hours.
Yeah.
Yep. We for legal reasons, we cannot cover the wrestling.
Correct.
Yep.
If it never stops, it can never really start. So,
Sure. Yep.
Taylor, could we get names for these gins? Or team names? Do we have awesome team names?
I love the Omnus/Chewie.
Yeah.
Omnichew.
Huh? Yeah, team name.
Yeah.
Or first names, whatever they want.
We're getting the team names right now. The Gruesome Twosome.
Gruesome.
Matt and Brandon.
You guys are players of Truma on it's the Brotherhood of Awesome.
Oh, here's this moment of truth. How do you spell gruesome?
The Gruesome Twosome.
There you go.
Boom.
I'm impressed.
First time. And then we got, what was, it's Chewie, not Wookiee. Brotherhood of Awesome.
Heck
All
yeah,
right.
All right.
So here we go. We know who's here. Maybe that's a lot of text to block to block the stuff here. So we'll just make them the Gruesome Twosome. Let's save it first too. You know what I mean? Let's all learn together.
Yeah.
And then the Brotherhood of Awesome here on the left side of the screen. Beautiful.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, so classic rule this round. So it is a little bit different. They're playing up 6 threat. It is a team event. So 2 people, 1 team, 14 characters to make their roster from. They're going to be playing at 23 threat.
With
particular
spider
game.
infected and cube fragments, right?
I don't think it's cube fragments.
No.
I think it's...
Is it Infinity
Taylor, what's
Formula?
the secure? Yes, I think it is Infinity Formula. That's exactly what it was.
Yep.
Spider infected Infinity Formula.
Spider infected and Infinity Formula. So take a look at exactly where these Infinity Formulas are. We got 1, 2,
Oh, we got character cards coming
3,
down.
4. All right, Gruesome Twosomes. Go for it, Danny.
I
Who's
don't
on the
know.
Gruesome Twosome?
Oh my gosh, all of these?
All
So
of
many.
those.
All
23
right.
threat.
23 threat.
Some baby. We've got Quicksilver. So get excited about that. We've got the Juggernaut.
Juggernaut is on the
Yeah.
table.
Because why wouldn't you? Mystique,
Ooh,
Nice.
Mystique might be the leader, it looks like.
Baby Boy Toad.
Everybody's favorite.
Nice.
Oh, Taylor's excited. We've got Venom.
Oh, they did take Venom.
Ooh.
Yep.
Hey.
Ghost Spider. And Miles Morales
Oh,
Spider-Man.
so are they Freedom Force or
Are they,
Web Warriors?
are they Freedom Force or Web Warriors?
Oh, it's got to be Freedom Force.
Brotherhood.
Yeah.
All right.
With
So
who
Freedom
else is
Force.
on this team? Like they have Miles, but there's not enough other
Yeah.
Web Warriors
Right,
there.
yeah.
So they are Freedom Force, which is
That
pretty
is a
sweet.
cool list, dude. Spider-Man with.
Beautiful.
All right. So for their 6 team tactics cards, as Quicksilver's on the table, we have. Can I borrow that?
Nice.
Do you know who I am?
No, who
For
are you?
Juggernaut. I'm Tim.
Do you
Oh, I
know
thought you were
who
the Juggernaut.
Well, I'm not.
You hesitated.
I wish. And then brace for impact.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Juggernaut's got a rough life.
Yeah.
He makes a lot of bad decisions too.
They've also got Deception because they're bringing Mystique, Medpack, and Indomitable.
And
I like those cards. Those are good
Indomitable.
choices.
Yeah, very solid choices.
We got the
All
Brotherhood
right.
of Awesome team coming in.
half of
Their
the other
squad.
team. Uh-oh, we're seeing a lot of similarities.
Oh.
Juggernaut's there, Mystique, Proxima Midnight, and that is the first
Interesting.
11th
We're gonna
threat.
have-
We got 12 more coming.
Freedom Force versus Freedom Force, maybe?
Danny, what's the first 3 tactics cards that they
First
have?
3 tactics, we've got Brace for Impact, so we're expecting a lot of different collisions happening here.
Mhm.
Another Do You Know Who I Am? And another Deception.
Beautiful.
So-
Well, and Deception is just such.
There's Rogue on the table.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Rogue.
sweet. Rogue, Magneto, and another Toad.
And Dan, what do you want to? What's the rest of their tactics cards?
Oh
baby?
boy. Let's see. We got climbing gear, which is a little surprising. We don't see that often. I like
Yeah.
it. Indomitable. We knew once we saw this card revealed, we knew this was going to be really popular because
Yeah.
it seems pretty strong.
Yep.
And Asteroid M.
Okay.
I'm surprised we didn't see Asteroid M on the other team as well. We
Agreed.
saw it get a lot of play in yesterday
Yeah.
to amazing effect. I'm super excited to see Rogue on the
I am
table.
too.
Two
Taylor.
Juggernauts and a Rogue. I mean,
What
we really couldn't
affiliation
be
are
in
we
a better
going with?
spot with some of these new models. Brotherhood and
Which-
Brotherhood.
Are they Freedom Force or Brotherhood? What's Magneto's called?
I think his is actually just called Brotherhood Mutants.
Well, that's he's got his own name for it, for his leadership ability.
Spider infected and
Montesi formula. I don't think that's the case. Infinity formula.
I think it's Infinity Formula. One of the formulas.
Gruesome Twosome side is,
Brotherhood of Mutants is the
Oh,
affiliation
from
name.
the ruins.
Oh, gotcha.
and then the other side gets to choose because they're feeling bold.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So we definitely have two Brotherhood. We know one is Mystique leadership.
Yeah.
Not sure about Magneto or Mystique leading the Brotherhood of Awesome yet.
All right, we got,
Got a
the
fist
fist pound. Starting strong
Fist
with
pound.
the
Why
goodwill.
did we both say fist pump? That was a fist pound.
Yeah.
Fist bump.
Bump. Maybe we put fist pound and fist bump together and got fist pump.
Yeah, it depends on what you need.
I mean,
Yeah.
Juggernaut's on the table. There's going to be a pounding. regardless.
Oh, there's going to be
Correct.
Two
pounding.
Juggernauts,
I'm very
even more
excited about
pounding.
it.
Dope.
Would you move the leg of that tripod thing a little bit forward? It got shifted a little bit.
If I can, just real quick, the thing I'm looking forward to the most in this
Speaking
game.
to a mic.
Yeah,
Oh,
baby.
oh, thank you. The thing I'm looking forward to the most in this game is a hot Juggernaut on Juggernaut beatdown that we're about to
Yes.
experience.
Yes. So what do you guys think as far as
Yeah.
like having
Thank you.
duplicates on the table? Do you think that this is something that you as a player can accurately and adequately prepare for? Or do you think that you just kind of have to focus on the other characters on the field who aren't also characters that you are also fielding?
So I think it's different depending on what those characters are. If I was seeing two Dr. Voodoos, I wouldn't be as excited as seeing two Juggernauts on the table.
Right.
Two Mystiques.
So looking at one side of Gruesome Twosome, it's really interesting and seeing the different aliens over there.
All the what?
The control.
Yeah.
Spider-Gwen, Venom, and Miles.
So
And Toad.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
think
a lot of
that
pushes.
Taylor's telling us right now, with a lot of the web warriors on the other side, being able to have some of that battlefield control is going to make a very different playstyle
Yeah.
for Brotherhood.
For sure.
With big boys like Juggernaut and Magneto on the table on the other side.
It's interesting, yeah, that they balanced it between having that control and then just having those beat sticks that are just going to go in and wreck face. It's really interesting, and I wonder if you would see that if this were just 1v1 instead of a team battle.
Yeah, actually,
know?
yeah. Very legitimately. So, yeah, on a 1v1, I think people are a lot more restricted feeling in what they're going to bring. But the extra 6 threat almost just feels like a bonus. Where it's
Right.
like, well, I could spend this on anything.
Yeah,
Even
take
Juggernaut.
anything, even a Juggernaut. And I wonder too how much the teams have communicated to each other any kind of like strategies or tactics that they're planning
Yeah.
on using. It'll be interesting as the gameplay starts to see how much they communicate as far as who's going first and what play you want to make. It'll just be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this.
Just, I almost feel like, how much terrain do you think we're going to have left at the end of
I
this?
hope none.
Right?
Except for
Just the Quinjet.
Just
Just
the
the
Quinjet.
Quinjet.
'Cause,
For
I mean,
legal purposes only.
We got Mystique being able to blow up terrain.
Yeah.
We got Juggernaut being able to throw it on his injured side. They both took Do You Know Who I Am, so they can throw things at other points. Also,
Yep.
Magneto blowing stuff up. Tons of power being generated. And here's the cool thing, too. If they both end up going with the Magneto affiliation from the ruins, I don't think they can. I think one team does have to be Freedom Force, but the amount of power being generated from that affiliation ability, powering up everyone on that team to just be able to throw more all the time, forever, is going to be incredible.
Absolutely.
So it looks like we're getting set up here. Bathroom break is just about done. the Brotherhood of Awesome and the Gruesome Twosome, sharing stories, swapping their lives. Just
You have to. Before you
Yeah.
throw down with somebody, you have to know the intricacies of their lives.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
true.
we do every week on
Accurate.
twitch.tv/professional casual network.
I mean, you almost have to. When you have two juggernauts going to be going to town on each other, you really need to make sure that everyone is on the same page
Yep.
and that, you lived a good life.
Yep.
So how would, if you were one of these teams right now, would you send your Juggernaut to try to like kind of neutralize their Juggernaut and have them go against each other? Or are you going to send your Juggernaut at their smaller characters and have them just...
Me personally,
Pummel.
yeah, I'm charging Juggernaut right into the most people I can. If the other Juggernaut happens to be there, so be it.
Okay.
I hope he's not. But
Or do you use him as like a guided missile and just go for their leader with Juggernaut?
Okay.
if Mystique is their leader, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Yep.
she's in trouble. But
Mhm.
Magneto is going to be able to hold his own, obviously.
Correct. So yeah, I think Magneto is certainly one that I don't necessarily want to try to tackle physically.
Not
with
without some
Juggernaut.
backup.
Correct.
What would you do, Dan? How would you use Juggernaut in this scenario?
I think I'd like the guided missile. I'm going to have him go after the leader, especially if you got Quicksilver on that side to back him up with a little more dice, or somebody with something other than physical attacks.
Okay. So the Brotherhood of Awesome has priority of this game. Looks like
Who's-
we've rolled off for that.
Who'd they go with their leader?
They haven't decided yet.
Haven't decided yet.
After deployment.
After the deployment, so they're holding that one close to the chest.
I think they'll tell us.
I think that's smart,
Yes.
though. Right, to keep it close to the
Yeah,
chest.
absolutely.
So, yeah.
You know, they're very different play styles between Magneto and Mystique, so
Well, 'cause
pretty cool.
Legitimately, it could be anything. It could be a boat. You know how
It
much
could
we've
be a
always wanted
boat.
one of those.
The PCN yacht.
can't wait till we get a giant boat model of the Marauder, X-Men's
Yes.
Marauder. Have that, because then we could just make the boat joke even more than we already do.
Even more.
Yes.
You didn't think we could make that joke more. You'd be wrong.
Tim is really good at repeating jokes.
Listen, that's what you got to do. I learned that in marketing class. If you say it once, you might as well say it 15 times.
Keep going.
An hour.
Yeah. Once every 3 minutes or 4 minutes. All right, so it looks like the Gruesome Twosome is back. We are getting into some deployment here. I see a Proxima Midnight on the table. I also see a Gwen. What else do we see up here? Is that a little toad?
Oh boy,
This
I didn't
little-
realize deployment had started.
So, because Toad is just a very small, slippery boy, so we will make sure to mark him with a frog.
Oh, the frog is back.
The frog is back.
Back again.
Did I roll wild?
We've gotten our first. Wait, did I roll a wild from Omnus, which we couldn't be happier with here.
It makes my heart fill with
It's a tongue.
joy.
It's an intense tongue.
Hey,
Going after
listen.
It's a
Proxima.
lashing.
Well, yeah, because one of the things that Toad can do, I don't know if you knew this, he can give objective tokens to his teammates.
So good.
He can pass it off from them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have an old-fashioned toad off.
Toad off.
Counter-deploying toad.
Toad v. Toad.
Toad.
Toad
Toad v.
counterfeiting
Toad.
What do you go with in that instance?
Toad,
I guess
probably.
Toad.
Yeah.
And there's no hammer, so it's just it's like
Oh man, no hammers for
So-
Toad. It's true.
So with two toads,
Tale of two toads. I don't know. Honestly, I'm thinking about this. I'm not a tactical player.
None of us are.
I just like to go in and just have fun, wreck face, whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the right move to have a character against the same character because their strengths
yeah.
are not their weaknesses. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I think it's similar to the slap battles that we saw yesterday, where a bunch of dice were being rolled and it was all blanks and skulls.
Yeah.
I think you're very realistically going to see the same thing against Toad. Toad moving up to tongue lash Toad off of something. It all comes down to whether he rolls that wild or
Right.
not to be able to get that
Yep.
push off,
Yep.
and then hopping back, or double downing and getting up there so he can't be double tongue pushed back.
Right. I think you're right. It
Double
absolutely will just come down to the dice rolls, as it always does.
Yeah.
But if you're wondering, is it really smart to have, with the defenses and his strength, whatever, it's just a dice roll.
So we got a rogue
Let's not
deployed
overthink
near
it.
Proxima on their
Proxima.
right flank.
Okay.
Who just went down on Gruesome Twosome side?
On the Gruesome Twosome side, it looks like in addition to Gwen, we also have...
We've got our first rogue hitting the table.
Rogue.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited. Miles in the middle.
All right.
Interesting.
And then a Mystique down on Brotherhood side, Brotherhood of Awesome side.
And there we go. Dead center. The
Was
Juggernaut.
that Juggernaut himself?
Nice.
The jug.
I feel like that's where he belongs, right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
So you can just go, I'm the Juggernaut.
So do you think that Juggernaut model looks incredible?
I love it. He's so big.
Do you think you try to pick up a spider infected with Juggernaut? Do you risk being moved around at short?
He's a slow boy, potentially, so I don't know. But you put that objective on him, he's got 16 stamina between his two sides.
Yeah.
He's going to be holding that for a long time.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So I think it's worth the risk because he gets extra movement with superpowers and everything that he can do pretty easily. He moves once, he gains a bunch of power, then he can move again with a power. So, yeah, I don't see the problem with taking an infected on him.
No.
You got to get through 8 stamina to daze him and his good defenses.
Right.
His crazy good mystic defense with helmet. I love that the superpower is just called helmet.
It was just so perfect too. Like the way they did that, they put helmet on the front side. The picture has the helmet, and then he doesn't have helmet on the injured side, correct?
Right.
And he
loses
the
that
mystic
superpower.
defense. It is
Interesting.
So good.
just they're so AMG is so classy. I love how they.
Well, the Juggernaut is
Do the
down, not
characters
in
justice.
line with Brotherhood of Awesome's Juggernaut.
Yeah.
He's more on the bottom of our board here. But yeah, I could see him. I mean, he could take down Proxima relatively easily. She does have invulnerabilities, so it's a little bit. So does Rogue,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that's a lot of extra stamina to get through for Juggernaut there. But
Well, and maybe that's the deal. Rogue is an incredible model, incredible stat block, and just an absolute threat. So maybe just tying her up with Juggernaut, and if you can tie
Right.
up Proxima too.
Absolutely.
because he's
Yep.
got a throw on his spender, right?
So I just had a great conversion idea.
Yeah.
With Juggernaut, with that lamppost.
Yeah.
Just cut off Deadpool's leg and put Deadpool's in his hand. Because he's already got the perfect position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just being thrown all over the place.
So Throwlash just came down with a conversion idea of taking one of Deadpool's legs and replacing the lamppost in Juggernaut's hand on the model.
Love it.
I think that's incredible. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I think Juggernaut he's not immune to poison, is he?
I don't believe the
I don't
Juggernaut.
think he has any immunity. Maybe stun. But yeah, having Proxima and Rogue seems like a bad matchup for him. But the Gruesome Twosome may have placed him there more to charge through a bunch of little terrain.
Yeah. So, and especially with the affiliation here, since it looks like deployment's still going on, we still have a Venom that needs to be put out. They haven't chosen what affiliation they're going to be yet. So if they do not end up going with Magneto, I think he's going to be significantly more amicable to be blowing up a bunch of terrain.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be helping his opponent.
So Magneto's leadership, Magneto is down next to their Juggernaut.
That
His
is-
leadership is when your own squad destroys terrain.
No, when
If
terrain
any
is destroyed.
terrain is destroyed, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So now that that'll make the Gruesome Twosome really think about, do they want to charge Juggernaut up to wreck stuff?
Yeah.
Because then you're powering up the other side, which is crazy.
So it does look like Venom is now on the table behind one of these space canisters.
I think you mean Venom.
Magneto's in.
Magneto
Alright.
is the leader
So we do have
for the
Magneto.
Brotherhood of Awesome.
So that means from the ruins will be in effect. Any piece of terrain that is blown up is going to be powering up the Brotherhood just a little bit. All right, we're down to the first activation, or we're on the power phase at least. because
Replacing
we are dropping
a-
the metal construct.
Yes.
Yes.
The first one down, that twisty eye beams. I love those things.
Yeah, they look really cool. And the fact that on his base model too, he almost has tactical metal constructs as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
This makes it really fitting.
His model's super. When they first showed that one, it was like, okay, so X-Men are going to get the treatment with models.
Oh yeah, it is the power
the
phase.
power phase.
Yeah. Yesterday, stream started and I walked away to go check some stuff out, and I heard everybody say, "Oh yeah, the power phase." The teams had forgotten it, and that was really funny. It's almost like we called it that for a reason.
Yeah. Who could have realized that, we'd still be forgetting the power phase 2 years later?
Yeah, regularly.
Obviously, we knew.
Right. Like, you think it's shtick, but we just named the show that to help us remember.
What they say with, a key to Twitch is, consistency. We are consistently forgetting the power phase round 1.
Yep.
And Magneto's Brotherhood has priority, right?
Yes. Yep.
So
So the
we'll
Brotherhood
see.
of Awesome is with priority.
Who are you going to go with first here? Toad and grab an objective from far away, or move up rogue and be threatening? Just get Juggernaut out in the middle and say, "Come at me."
Yeah, so I think it's going to be almost a counterplay. Mitch, good to see you.
Mitch.
I think it's going to be kind of a counterplay of running Toad or Mystique, where he thinks his opponent's long movers are going to go.
Yep.
All right, we got
Handshakes to
handshakes.
start.
Always
I love
nice
it.
to see.
Like it a
Such
lot.
good sportsmanship here.
For
It's
real.
beautiful.
We have been absolutely blessed here at Adepticon this year at just the general friendliness, really, that all the players have had to one another.
Oh, yeah. All right, who's our first? Looks like we're going Jugs first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
They know they're being
Yep,
watched.
Mitch, you're absolutely right. People tend to be a little bit nicer on camera. At least that's true for me.
Looks like we're starting with a move from Juggernaut, generate some power. Not even the whole movement stick, though. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what the strategy behind that is.
I bet he's lining up to smash through that metal construct and that little pylon in the dead center of the table.
That could be. All
Yep,
right,
he's
so
smashing
first metal
through.
construct is down. That's going to be 1 power generated for someone on the Brotherhood of Awesome.
Now, each turn, a character can only get 1 power maximum from this ability, right?
Yes.
Correct. And we're destroying the second one. Listen, we're making a ruckus.
And metal constructs are size 2?
I think they're size 1. Let's double check.
I think they're 2, because the little pylon thing he wrecked is size 1.
Yes,
but,
they are size 2. Yep.
but that's already 3. That's 3 power generated in total, right?
Correct.
Because he can distribute power equal to the size of the terrain destroyed.
Mhm.
So that's
Is it that?
a lot
or is
of-
it just 1?
and then his second movement is just moving back. Really interesting.
Also picked up a spider.
He picked up a spider
Okay.
as well, so he does have a spider infected.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of power generation first turn, first activation, grab an objective. Not what I would do with Juggernaut, which means it's a good decision.
Correct. So, Mitch, we actually have Chewie and Omnus Protocol on the Brotherhood of Awesome. Super great to see these guys, especially right out of the gate.
Cool dudes Matt and Brandon on Gruesome Twosome with Mystique's Brotherhood, Freedom Force.
It's funny, when Taylor and I were, we were circulating the room trying to figure out who we wanted to pick for this first round of this team tournament.
Yeah.
Obviously, Omnus Protocol and Chewie, like they were top tier. We definitely wanted them on here. And it's interesting because a lot of people are very intimidated because we have an actual stage that they are playing on, and they get really intimidated by that fact. So it was kind of like are you okay with like literally being on camera, being on our stream? And of course, all of them were super cool about it. So
Yeah.
Not only are they on camera and streaming to our audience, but they have the entire convention floor
Yes.
of this huge hall as an audience as well.
yeah,
So I could see it could be a little intimidating, but everybody out there is focused on their own game anyway.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on right now. We got hundreds of people in here.
Yeah.
playing all different games. It's not just MCP in here. It's a very cool community experience for sure.
Yeah, a bunch of awesome Asmodee stuff here with Star Wars, or AMG stuff now. 'Cause
Yeah.
They have Star Wars Legion, they've got X-Wing, we've got Armada next to us. Great stuff going on.
They're running events for them all today. Fifth Trooper as well. Going to be streaming over on YouTube, probably getting set up now as well.
I think they're streaming right now.
Yeah, looks like it.
Very cool.
In terms of Miles, we picked up a spider, and then using the Brotherhood affiliation with Mystique, he's placed a token on it, so they pulled it to us and tested.
Okay,
Ooh.
so Miles has moved up. He's picked up a spider infected, probably feeling some kinship to them, and then leaving Mystique's Freedom Force token right down there. We'll circle this bad boy real quick.
Well, there he is.
Toad doing what Toad does. Comes up, grabs an objective, and it's in.
Brotherhood of Awesome Toad is moving up, grabbing an objective. So that red one is the Freedom Force objective for Miles, and then Toad on the total opposite side of the table has gone up and done Toad things.
So Don Kratos, it is Brotherhood v Brotherhood, but we've got Magneto affiliation, and then Mystique is the leader on the other one. So a little
From
bit
the
different.
Ruins versus Freedom Force.
Very nuanced brotherhoods here.
Yeah, Mitch, this is in fact our own equipment. This is, the good old-fashioned, the power phase stuff here at Adepticon.
Yep.
Greg, great to see you, man. Gen Con would be absolutely stellar to go to.
When is Gen Con? Gen Con's like in the Midwest somewhere, right? I always forget.
I think Gen Con's actually pretty close to us, but
When and where is Gen Con? Why is Gen
it's
Con?
not at Adepticon. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But
So we've got dueling toads.
Dueling
Same
toads.
activation as the last toad.
Okay. Dueling toads, same activation.
Rogue's going to pick up his objective.
so we got dueling toads, Rose going to pick up an objective, getting a spider infected as well, or is that one already gone? Looks like she's got it, as well as that infinity canister.
Thanks, guys, in chat. All right, I like Rogue's playing a little safe here, staying behind a big old... Those are size 3 or 4 buildings, I forget. Size 4, thank you,
Size
Taylor,
4.
for confirming.
And I believe Rogue's able to chuck size 4
I think she can. It's kind of strange. She can throw size 4. Colossus only throw size 3.
Well, she's got
Pretty sure.
marvelous
Yes.
strength, so
Yep.
she
True.
absolutely can throw those size 4. So I'm actually not against Rogue just hanging out there, right? Just
ready to
waiting for
chuck
someone to
that
come.
thing?
Yeah, bring it. Absolutely.
Well, she can
Juggernaut, come
throw it.
on.
Magneto can throw it. Juggernaut can throw it.
And it's going to generate a power for at least one of them.
It makes for some really great table control too, where it's just the threat of her being able to throw that really
Correct.
it dissuades anyone from trying to get over there.
There's
Well-
a lot of characters that can just outright daze too. 5 damage,
Yeah.
Thank gosh the toads are on the other side of the board.
right? I
Mhm.
mean, Miles probably wouldn't affect as much with his spider senses.
Yeah.
And we've got a new follower too.
Hmm?
It's been really great with,
Oh, Kiki, thank you.
it's been really great with this table, specifically called the terrain is the Magneto Brotherood has just been pro powered out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Juggernaut on both sides just tearing terrain out. They're going to need so much power.
Yeah, they
for
are.
It's
real.
going to be a flat board pretty soon. It'll look just like outside, where the terrain's just flat.
Correct.
Which is weird for us, being from upstate New York with hills everywhere. Looking at the hotel window and it's just flat for miles
Yeah. Yep.
is almost disconcerting because I'm used to those hills there.
So many water towers.
Yeah.
As far as the eye can see.
All right.
Venom doing his typical 2-move.
So Venom double moved up. Gonna back up Toad. Little Toad and Venom tongue action.
Oh, that other Toad's in trouble if the Venom's across
Yeah.
from him.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody that's going to out-tongue Toad, it's Venom.
For sure.
I mean, yeah, Taylor said if anybody's going to out-tongue Toad, it's Venom. He doesn't have a tongue attack, but we can assume the symbiote tendrils include the tongue as well.
Well, yeah.
That's true. All right, Mitch. So on the Brotherhood of Awesome on the left side of the screen, you have Brotherhood led by Magneto, but with Omnus Protocol and Chewie. You got Mystique, Toad, Juggernaut, Rogue, Proxima Midnight, and Magneto. On the right side of the screen, we have the Gruesome Twosome. That was it Matt and Brandon?
Yes.
Matt and Brandon
Gruesome Twosome on the other side, the middle piece of terrain does still have Quicksilver as well.
is playing Quicksilver, Venom, Toad, Juggernaut, Miles Morales,
Mystique
and Mystique
as Freedom Force.
as Freedom Force. All right, we still have a Quicksilver. Taylor just reminded us, hidden behind this,
big old
space-
building, right?
The space laser, yeah.
Space laser. This cosmic terrain is so cool. I just wanted to get a table that showed that this game isn't just city fight here. We got
Right.
other stuff going on, and this cosmic terrain is just so golden age Marvel stuff. I love it.
It really is.
Screams Jim Starlin to me. Who wasn't Golden Age, but that too.
Brotherhood of Awesome is they've got double deception on the table.
Double
Yeah,
deception
double
on the
deception.
table.
Very cool.
So 2 deceptions, half the price, double the value. The thing is,
Checks out.
so I think actually that's a super important point Taylor just brought up, that both teams do in fact have deception and mystique on the table. One of the caveats of deception is that the target that you're trying to use it on can't be around any of their friends. You need to lure them out alone. So, because we have so many models on the field, it might actually be pretty difficult to pull off a deception. Especially if people are staying clustered up. What's that? Spider-Gwen is activating and moving up.
You know, there's so much going on here at Adepticon that on the social media, if you wanted to follow along and really like filter through the noise, just hashtag Adepticon. That's
Yeah.
we're tagging all of our stuff with Adepticon, just the hashtag. That's how you can really find all the good stuff that's going down over here.
That is true, and there is a lot of it as well. Floor to ceiling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just awesome, rad,
To the rafters.
Adepticon stuff. You know how much we've always wanted one of those.
Yes.
Mystique is backing up Toad on Brotherhood of Awesome side.
Looks like it.
That's a tough matchup against Venom there. I think I would give him the advantage. His attacks are range 3 anyway, so stealth is not going to help Mystique there.
All right, so we're just about to finish the first round. I think almost pretty even victory point distribution as well.
Don't we have Gruesome Twosome Juggernaut to go still?
We do.
Yeah.
And Quicksilver.
Do we have an even amount of characters on both sides right now?
We have 2,
They both
4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Yes, 6 on 6. Pick up sticks.
Looks like Brotherhood of Awesome will keep priority for round 2. We haven't had any attacks yet, have we?
No attacks. All right.
Which is fairly typical for round 1.
Yeah, round 1, it's more like getting your people out there, grabbing those close objectives.
Mm.
It'll be a bloodbath shortly, don't worry.
Oh,
smashing
yes.
for as much terrain as you possibly can.
Yes.
We have Juggernaut now move. I don't know. I can't tell if he shouldn't have the power yet to. What's that superpower called where he just smashes through stuff? Nothing stops the Juggernaut.
I think it's called the superpower where he smashes through stuff.
Oh yeah.
And our first pass of Adepticon, folks.
This is the first pass that we have seen. The Gruesome
Whoa.
Twosome
We had
is going to be right back up.
Juggernaut move up and gain 2 power from double move, and then Brotherhood last.
All right,
Okay.
unstoppable momentum is what gave him that power and let him smash through some stuff on the way, giving the team more power. I actually really like this. This is something, honestly, that I feel like we talked about only very briefly on Wait Did I Roll a Wild, but just making sure that Juggernaut is constantly in position to be running through stuff.
Yes.
Generating power for the Brotherhood is a great call. Granted, the Gruesome Twosome's Juggernaut is Freedom Force instead, but he's going to be able to move people off of that back point with Spider-Gwen to actually, go do other stuff, be able to lifeline people around, especially when they have such beat sticks on the other side.
It looks like Gruesome Twosome Juggernaut is redeploying himself a bit to head towards the top of the screen to go after Toad and Mystique there. Not right against the other Juggernaut.
The mirror match upstairs here by this beautiful Quinjet with Mystiques and Toads, but one extra Dallas, welcome.
Hey,
Good
Dallas.
to see you. We've seen a lot of terrain destruction in this first round.
Yeah. We got 2 Juggernauts, Dallas, so it's going to be, you're going to love this one.
Lots of Juggernauts.
I want to see
Dallas.
some terrain thrown here soon.
Dallas, this is a dream come true for you. We got so many Juggernauts on the table. So much stuff is going to get hucked. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mitch.
Have a good one, Mitch. We'll see you later, man.
Send in the Juggernauts.
I could only hear Send in the Juggernauts in that, like, Krusty the Clown, Send in the Clowns, like, lounge singer voice, like, send in the Juggernauts. Those smashing, crashing Juggernauts. The good news, Dallas, is that we have already seen a ruckus. Juggernaut is blowing up everything he touches.
Magneto has now thrown a barricade into another first team.
So we just saw Magneto do what Magneto does, and that's picking up terrain and throwing it at other terrain to generate more power.
And then double move after that, it looks like. Totally redeploying, going from the center of the table down to their right flank.
Yeah, this is actually surprising. We're really kind of seeing a shift, the whole board kind of rotating a little bit.
I say we have
Venom
that kind of
going north.
swirl.
Yeah.
What, Miles and Gwen down there? They're in trouble with Proxima, Rogue, Magneto, all down there.
Getting rid of that lifeline early certainly is not a bad call, especially when you have a very overwhelming force between Proxima, Rogue, and Magneto on that southern side. All right.
Still haven't seen Quicksilver move, have we?
We did.
I think he's going now. Did he go?
Yeah, they moved him back. They had a second thought. Here he
Here
is
he
now,
goes.
though.
Zip.
Zooming across.
There he goes.
A crazy long
Curious
dong
if-
movement.
I know, it's funny to see the long move stick come out.
Right? Yeah, it's pretty seldom.
Yeah.
And then it looks like a short reposition.
Uh-huh.
For a final activation, Quicksilver just
All right, Quicksilver just towing the line so he can get some infinity juice.
Looks like we're going into the first cleanup phase.
Power phase.
Get a bunch of points here. Sounds like 5 on Brotherhood of Awesome.
So Brotherhood of Awesome going to be picking up 5 victory points. And it looks like probably something pretty similar for the Gruesome Twosome.
currently 5 with the Brotherhood of Awesome,
5-2,
and
4 for the Gruesome
Very
Twosome.
close. Okay.
All right, so very close game out of the start. We always like to see that 1 point differential. Really is anyone's game. As we go into the power phase, I think we're going to see a magnetic construct drop, and we did right dead center, setting up hopefully maybe some potential devastating destruction against those 2 lone web warriors.
Miles is going to be so glad for his spider senses real
Yes.
soon.
Yes, he will be.
And Brotherhood still has priority because Quicksilver activated last on the Gruesome Twosome side. Sorry, Brotherhood of Awesome has priority.
All right.
Getting some rolls here. What's...
We're looking for spider foes, seeing who's going to be getting moved.
Oh, the spider infected. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Looks like Rogue is moving back short. Looks
That
like
is-
she broke Proxima. Caught on her spear for a second there. I hear a lot of whoop.
That is.
She forgot to go whoop.
Whoop. So if a result is rolled for any of these that is a crit, wild, or hit, the character advances as being moved by their opponent. That was a huge benefit to the Gruesome Twosome being able to move Rogue away from that size 4 terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had talked about yesterday, wasting actions of your opponent is huge. Rogue having to move to get back up there. She does have a charge, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it won't affect her here, but like she could potentially move and then charge if she needs to.
Especially depending on how late she activates in the round. We could see some of the spider friends move up and be able to get in range of a move and then a charge.
Potentially, yeah. But they may have just wasted a whole turn of rogues, which is massive.
Yeah, that was very big.
I don't know if we had any other spider-infected shenanigans there. I didn't see anybody else move yet.
Doesn't look like it.
I think they're debating who's going to activate first.
Yep.
What are you going with here if you were there, if you were on the team?
Proxima, personally, I'm moving her up long. I'm getting a shot in, and I'm making a target out of her so that the spider friends feel welcome enough to come up there to get attacked so that they
Little
can
bit
be
of bait.
devastated by,
Yeah,
by
draw 'em
Magneto.
out.
I like it.
We're discussing some tactics cards here on the table. All right, so it looks like they're going to be moving Toad out
Super repositioning.
Yeah.
of that group.
Yeah.
The Gruesome Twosome really kind of heavily put a lot of characters up towards the north. So
Move
almost
hop.
abandoning it doesn't seem like the worst idea.
Yep.
Wow, he just move, hop all across the board right down by Rogue. I think he's going to give. No, Rogue already has this. You can't have multiple spider infected, can you? Character cannot hold more than one infected. I thought maybe he was going to try to give Rogue a spider infected.
Yeah.
But no, I think he's just hiding behind that building, keeping Toad safe with that victory point. Treat him as a donkey here and just load him up with stuff. And
Oh, for sure.
Hey, CT Sparky, thanks for the follow.
Hey, thank you, CT.
I like that play. Don't be a hero with Toad. He doesn't need to go up against anybody.
And I don't think that's how he should be played. Like, I feel like every time I've come up against Toad, Tim's played him, and you play him really well where you have him in those positions where you can really, like, utilize the distance that he can cover, but he should not be going head-to-head up against anyone.
That's very true. So what would you be doing for your first moves?
If I'm on the Gruesome Twosome side, now that Toad is gone, try to get some spider infected dropped.
Yeah.
You know, they've got the one objective. They don't need people on the one objective right now. They can grab it later with Brotherhood, with Freedom Force. Maybe move up. Mystique, I think, is by herself on that top Infinity formula. So go put the pressure on her. Move up with Venom, pull her in. I don't think he's got the power for that, but move up and attack her. Maybe. Or just, try to punch her a whole bunch of times with Quicksilver.
You're right.
I would be going. Mystique is pretty well on her own at the moment. I would really focus on her. She's not the leader on that side, but she can be a threat.
So the thing that's super important here is the Mystique on the Brotherhood of Awesome is in fact alone. So I think activating Mystique on the Gruesome Twosome, deceptioning Mystique
pull her
into
in.
direct danger of Venom, who's going to be pulling her around too.
I like that.
The Brotherhood of Awesome's Mystique may have just been left there as a sacrifice.
Or that might be their bait, trying to bait out Gruesome Twosome.
I'm going to go get a drink.
Okay, so
I'm good, thanks.
it looks like Gruesome Twosome is going to be activating.
What's that in the middle?
Double moves of Miles.
Oh, Miles is getting out of there.
Yeah.
Again,
I think
totally
another good
reposition. I think.
call.
Did he move in the web swing? I thought I
like
saw a
it.
range ruler instead of a movement tool there.
Looks
Way
like
up to the top. We have a total shift here where most of the Brotherhood of Awesome is down in the bottom left and most of Gruesome Twosome is in the top right.
Interesting.
Gwen has been left behind.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I
so-
wonder if she's like the sacrificial lamb here. They
Yeah.
had to leave some, if you gotta leave somebody behind.
Okay.
Which is a little surprising because Miles is much more defensive than Gwen.
Right.
And she's got that long movement. Miles does not. I'm a little surprised they didn't move her out of harm's way first. But I like that Miles. I like the cinematic image of Miles hiding behind Juggernaut here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So we've got a confirmation from both teams that they're actually just going to perform a square dance move.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
You know,
It does remind me of
do-si-do.
5th grade square dancing. Yes. Yep.
I really appreciate actually both teams wanting to just make the symbol for wait, did I roll a wild
Yep. Yeah, they're just making that wild symbol.
by spiraling down. And actually, this might be a good time to kind of just illustrate exactly what we're talking about. So we had Toad up here, kind of went down. We saw Miles Morales kind of went up here. We're going to see this kind of continual rotation. And then we'll be like, oh, wait, did we roll a wild?
When it does start, though, it's going to be a public.
Yes.
Whoever's going to trigger the first one is.
Yeah.
It's just going to trickle from there.
So Throwlash believing that this will be a bloodbath once people get to meet and greet, shake hands, and throw friends.
Well, they just keep running away from each other. We haven't
Yeah.
had a single attack or offensive throw yet. It's really interesting.
They do. I think what we're going to see is this Juggernaut is going to be going into this as kind of a counter here. I think all of these folks up here going over to Mystique are going to be met with a giant fist.
There she goes. That Mystique is now abandoning that top objective.
Wow. Completely rotating off of it.
Really consolidating the entire force around that giant size 4 building.
Ah.
Not what I expected.
No.
Interesting. We just got this total. That gives Gwen a chance to get away as well,
For real.
if that's what they're going to go for. I mean, she can't take on a whole 23 threat squad by herself by any means.
No way.
But that frees up so that I guess they're just swapping. Instead of having our deployment zones on the left and right here, we're moving them to the top and bottom, kind of. Interesting choice by Gruesome. We got Quicksilver getting the movement tool down because they got to get rid of Spider Infected. Otherwise, they're going to be down that one victory point every turn.
Charles has found out that the Infinity War that Mystique was holding on so just staying. So she's decided she doesn't want it anymore. Maybe not to think that she's decided to move out of the way.
Okay, so
It looks like we might see a deception here soon.
Ooh, some deception.
yeah, I think the deception targets are pretty low unless that deception target is Gwen. She is. Actually, I don't think anyone's going to be in range for deception for the Brotherhood of Awesome. We would only be potentially looking at a Gruesome Twosome deception.
How far away do you have to be from other? You'd be out of range 2 of all allies?
They got to be outside of range 2. Yep.
Okay, so I mean, they could potentially do it to Juggernaut. I think they.
Oh,
Would you want to pull your opponent's Juggernaut closer to you and then just
I don't know about
unload
that.
on him, or do you just want to keep him away? We do have a Quicksilver moving up towards the middle of the table.
Yeah.
He does have you don't have to attack to get an objective here. Oh, I think we had a good roll.
I think we're getting some velocity or something, guys.
Who is he near enough to attack?
5 successes from Quicksilver
5 out of 4
to
dice.
Juggernaut so far.
Oh, is this his? This is his cyclonic vortex, right? Being range 3.
Oh yeah, it must be. Yep. Oh, both of his attacks are range 3.
Is he gonna steal the Spider Infected from Juggernaut?
Doesn't roll the wild or the block,
Oh no, so we didn't get.
but he does deal with 5 out of 4 dice.
That's incredible.
So we
5
so
damage,
Juggernaut
4 dice.
Nerd to pain. What did Juggernaut block anything? Taylor, did Juggernaut block anything? Block
0. Oh, wow, he got 5 through. Well,
Wow, 4 through.
he did pay 1 to reduce it.
Interesting.
That is incredible.
That is wild.
So we just saw Quicksilver of all people go up,
So I lied. So can I borrow that?
Can I borrow that?
all right. So
That's
we
what
did
I thought
see
he was
that.
going for. He stole the Spider Infected.
So Quicksilver moved up, Cyclonic Furied, stole with Can I Borrow That, the Spider Infected off of Juggernaut, and then used that medium movement off of Cyclonic Fury to get, or Cyclonic Vortex, to get right back to safety.
I
my
think
God, that
they
was
just
major.
played Quicksilver exactly as Quicksilver should be played. Like, that worked out absolutely perfectly. The dice were on their side. Like, you
Yeah.
could not have asked for more from Quicksilver.
He's so
in
fast.
that
You
turn.
see him get to Juggernaut, just take the objective and then run
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
The
So fast.
Brotherhood of Awesome still trying to catch up to what just happened and has passed.
They got the birds tweeting, spinning around their heads. They're
Yeah.
confused, like, what just happened?
They knocked Hawkeye's glasses right off of Juggernaut's face.
What?
They're falling off on Can I Borrow That?
Oh,
It was a great art joke.
we-
I wasn't following that.
Did we give a shout out to Ethan yet?
Ethan,
That was good.
Ethan.
shout out, man.
Yeah.
How you doing? Keep working on your painting skills. You're
Yeah.
getting a lot better. And keep following Dallas, because listen, he'll get you there.
Yep.
For real.
We're wondering at this point if there's any chance that the Proxima could hit nearly as hard as Quicksilver.
That's right.
Proxima hit as
Yeah.
hard as Quicksilver. Not with those rolls.
I don't think she's actually a freight train like Quicksilver is.
No.
Right. So they're just talking about whether Proxima could potentially maybe dream a little large and hurt someone like Quicksilver just did.
I mean, could you get a better activation out of that with Quicksilver? That
It's a great
amazing.
question. And no, hey, thank you for telling us we look good.
Hi.
You look good too. Double down. Thank you for the follow. Spider-Gwen has also said later and is now gone.
Bye.
Everybody's moving to the top. Where'd she go?
Just a complete rotation. So she is up
See
here
her.
at the top. This is now Spider-Gwen.
Goodness, she is so fast.
Yeah.
Just double long move up, huh? Abandon that objective. The Brotherhood token just got tossed off of it.
Yep.
Now that Proxima's over there, taking over that formula. So we have a complete 90-degree twist of the lineup.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're
Full
basically
rotation.
back to turn 1.
Mitch, it looks like they are 23 points. So it's whatever the normal crisis value would be, and then you add 6 for the team tournament here at Adepticon.
Which is dope.
All right.
All right.
So, and actually, why don't we zoom in a little bit here, see the action a little bit better, because we do have these 2 beautiful clusters of teams. Just kind of like a middle school dance, hanging out with just their friends that they know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
nobody else is scared to go across the dance floor.
Well, the punch bowl's over there, but if you walk over to it, somebody might think you're trying to dance, and they'll make fun of you.
Right, they keep seeing the other team's Juggernaut, and they go to the punch bowl, and they're like, oh, I'll wait for him to be done before I go over myself. All right.
Zooming in.
Zooming in a little bit, seeing the action a little bit closer, maybe even tilting a bit.
A little tilt action.
Nice, that looks better.
Tilting here is okay. It's not a pinball machine.
Correct, yeah, you can hit it, because Juggernaut's certainly going to.
Eventually.
All right,
I wanna
looks
see
like we see
Juggernaut
some Venom
punch.
movements.
Oh, Venom's going? He's
Venom
going
is
for that other
activated.
objective, it looks like.
Venom, one of the best objective holders in the game. Ooh, moving that beautiful Quinjet just a little bit to sneak that tall boy by.
There he goes. Double short move is enough.
And he gets
That big
on
base.
the Infinity Formula.
Right.
Thank God he's got one color. He'd be doing a lot of small thing there. You know?
Yeah.
Let's see, are they dropping a Brotherhood token on it? That was an activated token, I think.
That would not be a bad spot for it.
Gotta keep them activated.
So, as we've seen me do many times, Venom is really good at movement. You know?
Venom, Taylor telling us that Venom is really good at moving.
Looks like Rogue is getting back into position now on the Brotherhood of Awesome side. She may be moving right up on that building.
Yeah, very much nothing in range there for her to huck that at.
Right. I mean, everybody's just repositioning this turn, so I guess that small push back wasn't that bad for Rogue.
Yeah.
It's still an
Like
action.
I said, it still eats up an action. Like,
Yeah.
it's annoying if nothing else. But I feel
Mud
like
Monster.
that's-
Oops, sorry, go ahead.
No, just that's like interesting gameplay. You know?
Mud Monster, thank you for the follow.
Yeah. Guys,
Mud
if you
Monster.
have Amazon Prime, you can absolutely sub for free using your Amazon Prime account. So consider that.
Also, let us know in chat what characters you're excited to see.
Yeah, if there's anyone you specifically want to see, we can try to get that in the next
Yeah.
We
team
got Venom
tournament.
first game. I'm done for the week.
Yeah.
Right? Venom and
Taylor's
Rogue,
so
I'm
happy.
happy.
Yeah, it was actually really exciting to see Juggernaut. Really loud.
That was so scary. Listening when you
Twitch Prime.
I said the
Hey,
Prime.
Mom, thank you so much, man.
Midnight Suns. I agree, Ryder. I want to see some Midnight Suns. I want to
Yeah.
see some bumping in the night.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, that was scary 3 times in a row.
That was really,
And
really
Wraith isn't
loud.
even here.
I know.
Hammy Bone,
my
thank you,
gosh.
man. Good to
That's
see you here,
awesome.
buddy.
That Toad doing Toad things, he's going to hide behind a building where he belongs.
Toad's hiding behind
Behind
the
that
building.
building.
Do we have Toad hiding behind the building on like opposite corners right now?
They don't want to see each other. They know the other Toad's there, and they're like, let me know when he
I
leaves.
can't face him.
Yeah.
Ooh, my heart is beating.
I know.
That was.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I think we might see some Juggernaut moving over, picking up some power with that momentum. He's got Juggernauts in his sights, or I'm sorry, Venom in his sights.
Not too bad. That could be worse for Venom. Juggernaut doesn't have any energy, so
Guys, we have a hype train.
Oh wow,
We've got a
train.
hype train.
it's going. Farlander, thank you so much for gifting a sub, man.
Yeah.
for real.
And if you want, once you guys, once you're subbed, you get access to some pretty cool emotes of most of our faces.
It's true.
Well, I'll act ours out really quick.
What's that?
So act them out real quick.
Yeah.
Mine is mostly confused. I was looking at my phone.
I can put them in chat.
Yeah.
Danny's going,
Woo. Hammy Bone with the tactical Tim.
hey.
Yes. And there you go. I just put them in chat, y'all.
Hammy
Also-
Bone, how's your day going, man? It's good to see you here.
Yeah.
So if your Twitch is connected to your Discord, subbing gives you access to our Discord,
That's true.
which is hopping all the time.
Thanks, Greg.
Oh boy, they opened up the big walls in the convention center here, so
Oh, awesome.
you can see the entire 3 halls together. Giant room.
Is quite the sight to behold.
So, by the looks of it, Juggernaut's sitting at 7 power. So he's got a lot.
Oh my
Wow.
god. Juggernaut with 7 power.
So I think
That's scary.
Do we just throw things at Venom, which is how we deal with it?
Right.
Or do we throw Juggernaut's whole body at Venom?
Yeah. I don't know, Venom's got 4 physical defense, doesn't he?
He does.
If you don't take him down the first hit, he's going back up.
Correct.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. We'll probably see so many snacks and we are Venom coming back in a second.
Hammy Bone just used the tactical Tim emote to shoot some eyelasers at a very sad Richie. I really appreciate that. Hammy Bone.
That's exactly how that should be used. Can we just say that?
Oh, bored at work. Dana Love.
Ah,
I think that's the only thing that can really happen at work.
being
Is to
bored.
be bored.
Yep.
I'm happy we could fill that void for you.
Yep. We're here for you.
Actually, one of the first games I played was against was Dana Love and his roommate.
Oh yeah.
Juggernaut throwing himself.
Juggernaut is charging into Venom.
Juggernaut
Throw
charging
So
it
Venom
in.
just takes 1 damage there, right? From Jug's charging.
Yes. Yep.
And then, do you know who I am?
Oh, so
he
we
is-
are going to be
oh,
getting the
throwing.
throw here.
All right.
Because Juggernaut does not have the throw on his healthy side. He does have to use a tactics card for it.
Oh, everybody watch it from work. Thanks, Dallas.
love
Yeah,
it.
thank you, Dallas.
I love it.
So
All right.
Venom could be in trouble, but Juggernaut is basically taking on all of Gruesome Twosome's team by himself.
Ryder, thank you for the follow.
Indomitable on the throw.
Indomitable on the throw to
Oh,
ignore a
that
tactics
is a
card
big-
for tactics card. That is super
counter.
worth it. All right, let's see what we get here.
Venom's so damage.
Venom just
Venom.
soaks it.
Wow.
Oof, that
Oh my
Juggernaut's
gosh.
in trouble.
Yeah.
Juggernaut asked Venom, "Do you know who I am?" And Venom said, "I don't care."
Looks like he gets a push or throw here. Moving the Quinjet out of the way again, maybe? No, it's just moving. Interesting. But now he's up against Miles, Mystique, Quicksilver.
Yep. He's in.
Or no,
he's in
it's
quite
Gwen
a-
there.
He's in quite a quagmire
Yeah.
of foes.
And yeah. I mean, you think you go for just dazing Juggernaut this round, or he's already activated, do you just kind of leave him alone?
I mean, it's a tall order. He doesn't have a whole ton of firepower over there. Granted, he already has a decent amount of damage on him, but Quicksilver's already gone. Gwen has already gone. It would just be Mystique. Unless he's going to run in his own Juggernaut and maybe try to throw something with, "Do you know who I am?" I think the Brotherhood of Awesome's Juggernaut is actually going to be pretty safe.
So I would probably try to get him down to like 1 or 2 stamina and then have your first activation next round daze him.
To daze him.
But if he's that low, he'd probably go first anyway.
So Venom, accidental attacks.
Ooh, accidental tactics. I love those.
Really hard to push him off the objective right now because that Quinjet
Because of the Quinjet.
I like it.
So it looks like Juggernaut was going to be trying to push Venom off of that point, but that Quinjet is just so uninteractable.
True. What was the thing we came up with yesterday that was like we should put that on a shirt?
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum.
No, well that too, but it was kind of like accidental tactics. I can't remember.
Yeah. We say a lot of great things that should go on shirts.
The good news is that Inoue is here today, so
Yeah.
if we say it, maybe it'll happen. Okay. Let's see exactly how far Venom could be pushed off of this.
Oh, they pushed him back about an inch, maybe. I don't know if that's out of range of the objective, though.
You know, honestly, we
think
have
Juggernaut's
someone
on
here
it.
that can maybe weigh in on this. Dallas, does the Quinjet have a full footprint directly under it? Or can you
Or is it the base?
sibbity slide under it?
One tiny spot where he's out.
Okay.
He is out.
He is out.
Wow. Well, he is touching the base that the Quinjet is on anyway. I thought it was just a shadow at first, but then I remember the base covers the whole, is like right under the nose of the
Yeah.
Quinjet.
No so many snaps.
No,
It's not
so
gonna
many
be
snaps.
good.
Okay.
He didn't want to? Doesn't have enough
Interesting.
power? Or?
Want to.
Didn't
Interesting.
What do you think about that, Taylor? I know you're a Venom lover.
Throwing lead on Juggernauts already.
Yeah, right. Get lead on Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Power. I think it's great, but Venom did already activate, so
Did they
I would take it.
Yeah.
didn't want to give Juggernaut more power, maybe?
I don't know if Juggernaut has a counter.
Oh, yeah.
Juggernaut does not have a counter.
Interesting.
And take what's ours.
Back to Juggernaut.
Oh, we got Gruesome Twosome Juggernaut going.
All right, we're going to see him move up, probably destroy some terrain on the way. It's
This-
not going to generate power for him outside of the regular momentum power, but
Does his tactics cards allow him to throw characters? Could he throw the other Juggernaut off that point, potentially?
let's see exactly how.
Or is it his spender he can throw a character?
Do you know who I am? So you can spend 3 to play this card and choose an interactive raid feature or enemy character, both of size 4 or less, and within range 2.
Oh, I bet
Throw
that's what
it
they're going for here.
I
long.
would
Just
toss
chuck
that
Juggernaut away long?
Yeah.
Maybe
That's-
this is why Venom did not counterattack. That
Maybe.
could be it. He
I
was
mean-
worried about actually days ago. He wants to throw him back, way back,
That'd be-
probably into this corner.
Kind of hilarious if he just chucks the other Juggernaut long. That's like a whole round of Juggernaut to get back.
Because if you imagine that, and maybe he even tries to avoid the terrain here, but throwing the Juggernaut long and back into
Yep.
effectively their deployment zone almost takes him out for 2 rounds.
Oh, Ryder, the collective term for Juggernauts is a ruckus of Juggernauts.
A ruckus. That's official.
Yep.
At work, we've been doing I've been doing March Madness with my students.
Yeah.
And one of the divisions is collective words for animals, like a pride of lions. Everybody knows that one, but also like, what's the otter one? A romp of otters and a wisdom of wombats. It's the ruckus of Juggernauts.
A ruckus.
What's the one for pandas?
An embarrassment.
An embarrassment.
Is it really?
An embarrassment of pandas.
Yes.
That's incredible.
They beat the prairie dogs. It was a home of prairie dogs.
A lodge.
That's a lodge of beavers.
Oh, lodge.
Lodge of beavers.
No, they make a lodge. I don't know, but I like that. A ruckus of Juggernauts.
So current information is how to not get Juggernaut enough power to Asteroid M.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Which I don't think they're going to not be able to do because Magneto's sitting up great power. It's terrain to terrain. They want the Juggernaut.
And-
So
yeah.
what they're discussing now is how to generate enough power to Asteroid M to be able to get Juggernaut where he needs to be.
Oh,
With Brotherhood, we can generate a lot of power, but a crash of Juggernauts is also really good.
like Dallas, I think he may have beat me to it in the chat. He also said it's a ruckus. So, great minds think alike. Thanks, Dallas.
Also, Idru, welcome. We heavily enjoy having your dad here all the time. He's an absolute delight. All right. So do we think that they are going to be teleporting some Juggernauts around?
Going with Mystique.
Mystique's going up.
Okay.
Deception Juggernaut? Oh, no, he has to move within the range, right?
He's got to move towards
He's got to
her.
trigger it, which
I
obviously he's not doing this round because he already went.
Actually, I believe Deception is you just advance that character.
Oh, Flamboyance of Flamingo is one of my favorites, too.
Like what is it? A murder of crows?
So the
Yeah.
Deception is in fact going off. It does have to be towards this character, so let's see exactly how they do that. You may advance the chosen character at speed towards this character. So it looks
they're
like
moving
Mystique
Juggernaut the
went
wrong
way
way.
past, said, hey, I'm definitely your friend. Why don't you come over here?
Yeah.
Oh, she's way up.
Come on over.
Yeah,
Oh, towards his he just moved Juggernaut past her.
past her.
Wow,
Does
he
that
is
mean
so out of
Mystique
position.
takes a damage from being moved?
No, that's only when he does that superpower,
Gotcha.
I believe. So
Yeah, I think
Magneto's
you're right.
Asteroid M, is that he can do that from wherever?
Mm-hmm.
Can we bring that card up quick? I forget exactly how that one works.
Pretty much like Mothership, Asteroid M. So 2 Brotherhood of Mutants characters can both spend 2 to play this card. Place one of the 2 characters not holding an objective token within one of the other.
Oh, so we can move. Oh, so we can move Juggernaut. He took the objective token.
Yeah, it got borrowed by
But that'll
Quicksilver.
move Juggernaut way to the other side of the table, which I guess will keep him safe, but still really out of position.
I mean, it is. The cool thing is that between Proxima, I mean, even Rogue, Toad, or their own Mystique, you can get a lot of people into position to be able to set up an incredible Juggernaut turn, especially late in the round after their movement has already taken place. Deploying a tactical Juggernaut into someone's face is absolutely terrifying.
Yes.
Especially one that's been powered up from having a bunch of damage dealt to them.
Tactical Juggernaut. So have we still only seen one attack this whole game? Like, I know we're still like midway round
We've
2.
seen
We've
2.
seen 2 attacks.
Yeah, we're averaging 1 attack per round. But still
Lot of
seeing
movement.
terrain blown up all over the place.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of action, but not as far as attack action.
A lot of
It's really
swirly,
interesting.
so there's a lot of swirly twirly gumdrops
There's
here.
a lot of rotating.
But yeah, Brotherhood of Awesome, I'm going to be really happy they have that Asteroid M because Juggernaut is just so far away from everybody else.
So I think this is Brotherhood of Awesome's last activation this round.
All right. We're going to be finishing up round 2 here.
With Magneto?
And then we have the other team, Juggernaut. Hasn't won yet.
And then the Gruesome Twosome Juggernaut.
Oh, Miles went? Totally missed that one. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with their Juggernaut. Well, they're doing some measuring from Juggernaut that's activated.
Yeah, Miles moved up. He got out of dodge early in the round after moving down there in round 1.
I think they're thinking about teleporting Magneto up by Juggernaut,
Ooh,
which would be quite the power play.
that would be.
Magneto doesn't have any energy attacks, does he? His are both physical,
They're
just like
both
throwing
physical.
stuff at you.
Yeah,
All right. But he could go up there and take out Mystique pretty easily.
correct.
And then contest that objective from Venom, potentially.
It's actually pronounced
That would be an interesting play
Yeah, so there's certainly a lot of thought going into this.
because they need that swing back. There should be, if things stay the way they are right now, I think we'll have a tie at 9-9.
We should.
So Brotherhood, probably, they want to get that swing back in their favor, even 1 point will make a huge difference. This game's so close.
Very, very much so.
It's interesting. I've noticed more now at this point in this turn. The teams are really talking a lot more than they did even in the first turn, where they, it was a lot of just like deployment, figuring out where you were moving, just moving up, grabbing those first objectives. But now they're really discussing and strategizing.
Well, and all smiles, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, totally.
very good natured. It's a nice, close game. Lots of wild stuff happening. The finger guns and moonwalk past Juggernaut and have him go behind me is nice.
We're electing to start murder next round.
Okay.
Oh, murder next round. Okay.
We were told by Omnus Protocol when the game started that we have chosen the path of violence today, and so far we've just been building for it. You know,
Yep. There's
absence
a lot
makes
of
the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, there's so much
Fungus.
anticipation.
Correct.
Well, we basically just had 2 round 1s.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
All kinds of positioning. We're really starting the game with 10 points each ish.
It is that weird dance of like, listen, I want to attack, but I also don't want to be attacked by a Juggernaut. So
Right. It reminds me when you're watching a football game at halftime, you start the second half of the game and both teams are at like 14. And it's like, well, we might as well just not have done the first half.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
If we end 9-9 here, it'll be like, okay, so the game will just reset to 0. We had
Correct.
deployment zones at the top and bottom of the screen instead of left and right. Let's go.
Ryder, I expect round 3 to be. It's going to turn this terrain field into Oklahoma. It is just going to be flat and corn.
I thought you were going with cornfields there.
Yeah.
All right, a lot of deliberating. Almost said debilitating. That's the wrong word.
I mean, it is debilitating, deliberating.
So we've just done some pre-measuring. Juggernaut is not in range of Juggernaut. for Juggernaut to punch Juggernaut?
Juggernaut's not in range of Juggernaut for
Yeah.
Juggernaut to punch Juggernaut.
We have confirmed that the distance in between this Juggernaut here and this Juggernaut here is going to be greater than size 2. So we will not be able to punch from this distance.
It's just sometimes it's hard to tell on when you're zoomed out a ways to see just how
Yeah.
far apart things are. But yeah, I think it's important to clarify that's greater than range 2. I agree.
I was still expecting you to make that into a smiley face, to be
So
honest.
Chuck's not here, so I'm laying off the smiley face
Okay.
a little bit,
Gotcha,
saving it
gotcha,
for when
gotcha.
he gets
Yeah.
back.
He really appreciates those.
But we are potentially seeing a Juggernaut going to come crashing right into
Yep.
these two friendly
They do
foes.
not want him anywhere near.
No, they don't.
I think that's what I would do, though.
They
Yeah.
can't take those hits.
Nope. So that's where he should go.
Once again, Toad, as always, denoted by the frog.
Oh, I just realized Magneto moved way over by Proxima, so
Okay.
I like the idea of shoving Juggernaut in there, taking on their weakest characters physically, and
The
then
committed plan is to punch Mystique in the face instead.
I'm gonna punch Mystique.
Uh-oh.
There he
That
goes.
that
Uh-oh.
distance
There he
was
goes.
not greater than the punch range of
Yeah.
Mystique.
So this does seem like we are in punch range. This is
Equal to or less than?
or less than 2. It's actually a smiley
Oh, I
face
think he's
thing.
gonna. I think we're going for. We're not punching yet. I think they just did.
Thrashing
Nothing
and
stops the
crashing.
Juggernaut crash into her.
So we pushed ourselves. 1 damage on Mystique, 8 dice in the toe.
Oh,
Dice
and
and
just
Toad.
punching Toad instead. We
Wow.
got.
reaching right over, very
Interesting.
rude at a dinner table to grab Toad instead of Mystique.
Yeah. Ladies first.
Age
She
before
got crashed
beauty.
into it first. Yeah. Pearls before swine. Pearls before toads.
Toad stinks.
Okay, not as surprising.
No,
All right.
8 dice going at Toad. Yeah, that's
But
not
Toad,
a surprise.
Toad had a thing, right? He's got a spider infected he drops. Gruesome
Yes,
Twosome
I
are having a
believe so.
solid turn too.
Yes. Very impressive.
All right, so if you did
Assuming-
miss that, Juggernaut just found purchase of a dazed Toad.
I didn't realize how fast Juggernaut can be. Like you think, oh, short move. He's got a large base. Getting that push short is huge as well. And then getting power from moving. Like 2 short moves with that huge base is a lot of distance to still have an action.
Absolutely.
So we've got the duo up to 10 and Brotherhood going up to 8.
Ooh, so we got a little
right.
little separation in points here. The Gruesome Twosome, we'll put in Brotherhood first, is up to 8 because they lost 2 of those spider infected.
That, especially in those last
In that
moments,
last round.
that's painful.
That was an incredibly
That was
well
great.
done play.
Yeah, that was.
Their Juggernaut and Quicksilver activations were just perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a nice little swing for them.
Yeah.
They were down 1, now they're up 2. That's how math works.
Today's
That's
math
true.
lesson is brought to you by
The science
Professional
teacher.
Graduate Network.
So in the power phase, it looks like we're placing a metal construct here in the south.
There's a lot down there.
There is a lot.
They're so
down
far
here.
from their Juggernaut to smash through. So do you Asteroid M Juggernaut down to that side of the board and then just have them nothing stops the Juggernaut through a bunch of size 1 and 2 terrain there?
I mean,
Boom, 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 boom.
yeah, very probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it would certainly give their team, well, I mean, in a single move, you could probably get 4 power that powers up the majority of your team.
Yeah.
Juggernaut gets hit with the spider infected, so he's moving.
Oh,
Oops.
Juggernaut did, in fact, roll a crit, putting him right next to Rogue.
Somebody's getting sweetness.
Yeah, we are going to see some awesome stuff here at the start of this
Oh,
round.
it's exciting. Miles is also moving.
Yeah, Gruesome Twosome Juggernaut might be in a bit of trouble. I mean, he's got Toad and Mystique there, aren't too scary, but Rogue is also right there. Magneto can move over and get in range easy.
Ooh, Quicksilver cannot take civilian tokens. Can I borrow that? Only assets.
You cannot.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's a shame. That was a while ago that happened,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Danilov, yeah. Listen, I need to see you guys and play another game.
So Spider Infected is definitely, I mean, it makes sense it's a civilian. It's a person
Yeah.
infected by spider virus, so. So that, I mean, if they decide to fix that, that'll tie it up at 9 because Juggernaut would still have that civilian token, which I think they're doing. Looks like they're handing the token back.
Yep.
We retconning that? So 9 to 9?
9 to 9.
All right. So, yeah, you can't get closer.
Yeah.
Awesome sportsmanship, too. I love to see that.
A really nice, quick decision that just, well done, guys.
I'm just said he just thought the Quicksilver could do whatever he wants. I like it.
And yeah, they were such a fan of the play that, I don't think anyone's even upset about that.
Thank you, Obi Watts. Really appreciate that little, and I really appreciate how they said it too. That I think I noticed a mistake. Let us know. We let them know, and everybody said, "Oh, whoops, that's not how that's supposed to work."
Can I just say, to double down too on what we've talked about the kind of MCP as a whole community? Like, I feel like in other games or maybe other communities, that would be a long, drawn-out argument. But with these guys, with this game, with this community, people are just so amicable. They understand that it was awesome to see Quicksilver do that.
Yeah.
And,
But if it's not legal.
Too bad it wasn't legal.
But it was easy to settle up.
Yeah.
Total also moved, so everybody on the Gruesome Twosome side moves because of the spider.
So we rolled a lot of crits, hits, and wilds on the spider infected, so everyone on the Gruesome Twosome will be moving with their spider infected.
That toad is so far away.
So they've moved a toad.
Want to go jostle a little toad again to show, make sure everybody knows where that toad is?
Just so you know where toad is.
In the stratosphere.
He's over here. Listen, he's still happy. He's smiling. His eyes are a little offset, but
He's got really big
he's doing
nostrils.
his best Venom impression. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. We're trying to keep the volume a little bit down because honestly, the
Ambient noise?
the feeling in here is electric. There's a lot going on at Adepticon.
Yeah.
So consider whether or not to one-shot size 4 piece of terrain and Juggernaut to trigger the brace.
Yeah. So they're considering baiting out the
draw
race
out.
here, probably having Rogue potentially throw this cosmic warehouse at Juggernaut. Size 4 or 5 damage. I mean,
If that happens, like Ryder was saying, they expected more terrain off the board. That would clear a significant chunk of the board.
yes, it would.
And Jug has 4 physical defense,
Juggernaut does have 4 physical
so
defense.
he'd probably take at least a few damage from that.
Yeah.
This Juggernaut's untouched, I believe.
This one is untouched. Yes.
And the Brotherhood of Awesome team is stacked for power. We've got 5 and 6 with the different heroes.
Wow.
So it seems like a power plant was just passed by as the entire Brotherhood of Awesome team is sitting at 5 or more power.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Wow, yeah, that's scary, especially these
And they're doing
characters.
it.
Oh, there it goes. That building is gone. That's 5 damage into
The
Juggernaut.
Cosmic Taco Shop.
All right, it's
Oh my
official.
God, I love
Dallas
it.
You heard it
says.
from Dallas. The thing that was just thrown is called the Cosmic Taco Shop.
Passing it on.
Yep, that comes straight from Dallas.
They said they'd be gentle with it.
Okay.
I do love tacos.
So 5 damage in the Juggernaut. Are they playing brace or just?
I think they're going to
roll
see
it.
what damage happens first. He
Yeah.
couldn't. They are going to
They
brace
are
here.
bracing it. No damage done.
So that's brace and Indomitable gone.
Unofficial code name. Well, it's official on our channel now.
Yeah.
That's what we're always going to call it.
Yep.
Now, does Rogue have a slightly cheaper throw? Was hers 2 instead of 3?
Hers is 3, but it does
Okay.
go up to size 3, or I'm sorry, size 4 terrain.
And she throws medium?
She throws, I believe it is, in fact.
I mean, in this case, he's super close, but I think, for some reason, I thought she had a cheaper throw.
No, for what that throw does, it is 3. Within 2 and throws a medium. Yeah.
I mean, it's worth it to be able to throw size 4.
Well, it's not just strength, it's marvelous strength.
Marvelous
Right.
strength.
Juggernaut is taking 3, and that is from an absorbing strike?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Did we get any saps?
And we were taking 2.
Okay. So he used his
Dale just said
Inured for
that
pain.
all buildings during concept phase he calls taco shops. And you can't turn down a good taco.
Yeah.
They had some great burrito bowls here at Adepticon yesterday
gosh.
that were absolutely stellar.
Oh, yeah, what's the special lunch today?
I don't know. Can't wait to find out.
All right, we're getting another attack here. 4.
Okay, that's 2 more.
Okay.
Again.
So Juggernaut's taking 2, losing a little bit more power from the sap. Rogue is full.
Yeah, even after
might-
a throw, following up with 2, absorbing strike is a really good one for building power, though.
Looks like we're seeing a mutant absorption here too because she has so much power. What did we roll? Anything on the mutant absorption? All right.
Jeez.
Sapping even some more power. Did a bunch of damage, taking the power off, sapping it too. Wow.
So you
Talk
spent
about insult to
3
injury.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
real. Rogue is thirsty.
Oh, love it.
He still has
got
4 power after all that?
Well, he moved and then dazed Toad in one hit last
Oh,
time.
right,
He was
that's
probably
4 power there.
full. Obtainable.
So how much damage does Juggernaut have on him now? 4? Both Juggernauts have 4 right now. Okay, so
Right.
he's half down. Rogue is probably, she's about done, right?
Really big play there, though, removing a size 4 piece of terrain from all of their characters. Nobody has that cover anymore.
Yeah.
Line of sight.
So Throwlash is telling us moving that size 4 into Juggernaut's face has removed kind of a considerable portion of cover.
Well, I hear a lot of woes.
As
Something
far
big happened.
as the most interesting boards everyone has played on, there are some really cool like cosmic terrain stuff set up here at the convention with like big floating rocks. It looks
Dark
like
dimension things.
And
Yeah.
somehow, I didn't even know this is on Rogue's card, but that caused Juggernaut to be activated. It was weird.
Wait, what?
We misplaced tokens.
Oh, gotcha. So
Oh.
we had a little confusion with the tokens. Juggernaut is not in fact activated. Listen, Rogue's good, just not quite that good. Yeah.
I was like, wait, she can't do that. Correct, she cannot.
Yeah, but Charles is king, so.
And
He's
Throwlash Gaming himself is helping us make a table too for the power phase. It's going to be like a suburban neighborhood with fences and all sorts of stuff on there. It should be pretty cool.
So, I think there's recommendations. You want a good mix, mostly size 1 and 2 stuff, a few size 3,
Yep.
just a couple size 4, maybe a size 5. In this case, we have a size X with the Quinjet.
And then I guess not for how much terrain, but making sure terrain is at least a certain distance away from the board edges and at least range 2 from other pieces of terrain.
So, complete headcanon here, that Juggernaut is just covered in space taco ingredients.
So, yeah.
Space
Whatever
taco.
space tortillas are.
Right, what would go in a space taco?
We love a lot of terrain too, Dallas.
Yep, it's fun. It just makes it more interactive.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and we all love throwing stuff. It's one of my favorite mechanics in
Yeah.
Marvel Crisis Protocol, just being able to huck stuff, huck people into other people, huck people into other things.
Yeah.
It's just so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always satisfying, regardless of if damage goes through or not.
Right.
It's one of my favorite things about this game.
Yeah.
Throwing characters into terrain, throwing characters into each other, throwing terrain at characters. I think it works really well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, there's just something about Juggernaut is activating for the Gruesome Twosome, pushing into Mystique.
Doing 1 damage to her. Is he going to KO Toad here, you think? He's only got 3 health on his injured side, right?
Yeah.
Is it easy finishing? Oh, is he moving again? Doesn't he? I think he's got 4 and 3. I might be a little off. Every time I use Toad, I'm like, oh, right. He can't take hits at all. Juggernaut moved again.
Yeah.
Is he going to throw that thing back at Mystique instead? I thought he'd punch Toad and just finish him off.
That could be. All right, we're taking 8 dice into Mystique.
We're still punching Mystique. Okay.
Oh, he was getting
Didn't move too
outside
far.
of. I see.
Oh, bodyguard range? Rogues. Hers works a little different.
I think she's a little bit too far away, but
0 out of 8 dice for Juggernaut's strike.
He just
Wow.
whiffed that strike? Wow.
Tim France in there. That was
yeah.
nice.
All right, so Juggernaut has rolled 0 successes on this strike into Mystique. That's a little heartbreaking.
That's shocking.
But what is your favorite terrain for size 1? I love garbage cans and barrels. I think they're awesome. And just the mental image of throwing Venom into a bunch of garbage cans or something. It just seems really cool. Really street level.
Well, I just got the Crash Sentinel kit recently.
Yeah.
And that comes with a sweet mailbox. And
Does
like
it?
a newspaper stand. Like on Miles's base, but on its own. But it has a classic mailbox.
I really like that.
So Magneto going for climbing gear, heading over to say hi to Miles.
Oh,
Okay.
Miles is in trouble.
Probably going to go very well for Miles.
So Magneto's put on his Spider-Man gloves and has used some climbing gear to head over and probably really devastate Miles Morales.
That's good. Wow, it's funny. So this is one thing I love about this game is that Juggernaut had such an amazing round 2 activation, and round 3 does 1 damage
Yeah.
and just doesn't get it done. But I like that you can't count on characters to do exactly what you think they're going to do all the time.
Correct.
Miles,
All right, so
Miles is going to be in rough shape.
Getting some, what looks like potentially
Is Gwen going to pull him out of harm's way? Is he too far?
It might be too far. That's a little heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So it does not look like we can get the lifeline. It's a sad face.
Sad face. Was that an L for a lifeline?
Yeah, it was starting out as an arrow, and I was like, maybe I'll do an L for lifeline.
Oh my god, a farm board with fences and cows?
Ryder, that is an incredible idea. That's something we've talked about as well. I think that would be incredible. Just a building top
Yeah,
table.
I like that idea a lot.
Get some tactical air conditioners.
Miles goes down.
Miles is down.
Not surprising.
I was
Magneto
gonna say,
is
yeah.
rough.
Yep, we all kind of, that was a good prediction.
Even with spider senses.
We got about 20 minutes left in the round, so we are rapidly jumping.
So we are down to 20 minutes in the round. That means we are only playing one more round.
Oh, wow.
So this
So this
is really anyone's game. Everything becomes very important now.
And I don't know if you guys saw that, but Miles is literally just out of lifesaver.
Like millimeters?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oof, that's rough.
So we did confirm that Miles was just slightly out of life-saving range.
Ah, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like they had all been like planning and playing so like strategically to have those backups in place, and when it's just a slip up with measurement, I guess.
Yep. So Dallas has confirmed that strikes could be anything. That means strikes could even be a boat. You know how much we've always wanted one of those.
I did like when we first got the game, and it was the basic attack was strike,
Yeah.
not like punch or whatever. And I like that it leaves it open to interpretation because it is comics. Anything can happen.
Crossbone
Somebody could
strike.
jump up 3 stories and then punch you.
I don't think it could be said better. Crossbone strike could be a grenade, a punch, a blaster pistol, or even a brick.
Juggernaut Medpacks himself.
So Juggernaut is medpacking on the Gruesome Twosome, getting back into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it.
Crooked Ruck, great to see you, man. Also, Eager, thank you for the follow. All right. Juggernaut's a little bit healthier. Let's see. Things get really, really tense right now.
Ooh, it's
We've got 20 minutes left in the round. He's tied up 9-9. Juggernaut moonwalking right down the enemy deployment zone. Or down his own deployment zone, actually. That's Brotherhood's.
Where is he going?
Wherever he wants.
Fair. I'm Juggernaut.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Juggernaut kind of goes where he pleases.
Looks like the move, push here.
That's what it seems like.
He doesn't have a spider infected. Oh, he still has a spider infected. He didn't get it taken from him,
Yes.
so he's just playing it safe here, being
It
half
got-
dazed.
It got unborrowed. It was a borrow.
Unborrowed.
He gave it back.
Yeah.
That's how borrow's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Wow, he moves so far.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Juggernaut is so fast.
All right.
I don't know if you saw Juggernaut's threat range that could fight.
Yeah, we
Insane.
He
Yes.
just moved across the whole table.
Yeah, but he had
Crazy.
to go around something and clear the floor.
yeah. All right, so we're looking like we're going to be making some calls here. Magneto is gone. Miles is dazed. Rogue is gone. Mystique and Toad still very viable. Okay, as far as terrain goes, I actually really like the rules for this particular game. I think it fits and blends very well with the atmosphere that this game creates. I don't think it's oversimplified. That's certainly not how I would describe it, but
I like the way Mitch described it. It's streamlined.
yeah.
And like Dallas said, it's so that the complexity can be, like to quote Dallas, so the complexity can be spent elsewhere.
Right.
You know, and it's
Well, and narratively, it's just that I'm throwing someone into trash cans and they're getting up and things are going off the field.
Right.
It's just, I don't know, it tells a story really nicely.
I remember we had a little tough time getting used to the terrain rules on our first couple of games because we were so used to playing games that had like true line of sight rules and whatnot,
Yes.
and just wrapping
Yep.
it, like realizing that it was done differently. And I've really grown to love it
Yeah.
because it's not oversimplified to me, but it is simple. In that you don't have to worry about true line of sight as much. You can have cover, and there is our line of sight rules, of course, but being on top of a building, counting your size as that, plus adding the size of the building to your size for targeting and all that, I think works really well.
Yep.
I like hucking stuff. I like stuff being
Yeah.
hucked, and I like hucking people into stuff.
And stuff.
And it's real fun in this game.
Yeah. My biggest complaint as far as like large terrain goes is at our setup back home, oftentimes I have to stand on a chair so that I can really get to it. But that's not the terrain, that's just the table that we have set up.
I mean, we should probably get some moon shoes, honestly.
I could do well with some moon shoes.
On a long enough timeline, being able to suspend ourselves from the ceiling, Mission Impossible style, and being able to move terrain
Yes.
around and stuff
Yep.
would be pretty rad.
And I might be able to make a squirrel friend from the
That's
ceiling.
true. The squirrel in the ceiling at Bearded Dragon Games is certainly waiting for that Squirrel Girl announcement. All right, so we got Venom moving down the table.
So we double move Venom, trying to get a web snare in the Indomitable.
Okay,
So it does not get Rogue into a bad position, so we can take that point.
so we have Venom moving down the field, trying to get a web snare off on Mystique, but we got Indomitable, so she will not be thrown or pushed. Okay. So Mystique is safe for the time being. There's not a lot of things to go over there to do. She's just going to move the other way anyway.
No, thank you.
Move to safety, be in that bodyguard range of Rogue.
Double down on that point just in case, like, I guess Quicksilver wanted to go over there and make a mess of things.
Yeah. Looks like I'm surprised we haven't seen any Mystique saboteurs, some blowing up of terrain.
Yeah, that was something you kind of predicted at the top of the game.
Yeah. I mean, with two Mystiques, there's only so many buildings that won't be blown up, but
So Brotherhood of Awesome moving Mystique in front of Rogue so they can actually pull her. And then their Mystique is going to drop the
it's a great call. So they are body blocking Rogue from being pulled with Mystique.
Interesting.
Just reposition this closer around the objective.
Yeah.
And then just getting closer to objectives. Really hunkering down.
And Toad is surrounding that objective.
Good old bubble wrap technique here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just overwhelm it. You can maybe they'd be able to get one, even potentially two characters off it, but
Right.
not all three.
Yep.
It's called the Toad Phalanx.
Toad
I believe.
phalanx.
Yep.
Then we got Magneto and Proxima sitting on the other one, so he's really, like,
Yeah,
taking a bastion.
They are hunkered down.
Especially knowing that like they're going to have to end the game because of time, I feel like this is a huge move for them to make.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
because
really
they know
securing those
they're
points.
up by 1 right now, holding that extra spider infected.
Correct.
So they just have to maintain, and they've got it. The Brotherhood of Awesome.
So
It'll
looks
be
like
an
they're
awesome
measuring-
1 point difference potentially here,
We've seen
which
so
we love
many
it.
close games here at
Yes.
Adepticon. I did not anticipate that.
I think
and
that shows.
yeah, go for it.
So I think it shows a healthy, well-balanced game that they're always so close. Every once in a while, you have those outliers. We had a game yesterday that was like 16-2.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have one misplay that can throw off your whole game or
Oh,
whatever,
totally,
or
yes.
a mismatch in the squads.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
one person says, "Oh, I see you have She-Hulk. You have a ton of points on the table, so I'm just going to spread out and take a bunch of characters to counter that."
Yeah.
You can potentially do that, but vast majority of the time, these games are always really close,
Insanely
and
close.
I love it.
Well, and even on the power phase, we regularly run games where, and even if the overwhelming feeling is like, oh man, I'm really not doing good, the game always seems to end within 1 or 2 victory points.
Right.
It's very rarely a runaway game.
Unless somebody makes a really boneheaded move.
Yeah.
We just had Mystique and Rogue move away from that point. What happened there? They were bubble wrapping and then they ran away.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Ghost Spider web snared him off the point. I forgot you had that.
Okay.
So that's why he was bubble wrapping with the 3 to make sure that if he did pull 2 off, which he was very able to do.
Yeah. So
So smart.
do we have Quicksilver to go yet? Could he move over there and then then KO Toad and get that point for the win?
That is very potential.
I'm not sure where Quicksilver is right now, but he could like move and then Speedster.
Yes.
He's got great range on his attacks. Even if he just takes Toad off that point to deny them a point, I think that would do it, or keep it tied.
Correct. Well, and I absolutely adore Quicksilver, and between Speedster and all of his attacks being range 3, and him getting medium movement off of Cyclonic Vortex,
Yeah. That could do it.
You could do a lot. I mean, effectively, with a move and an attack. I mean, if he gets lucky on some supersonic punches as well.
So we've got an Asteroid M with Mystique over to Magneto's position, and then double move with Proxima.
Okay.
Oh, so Proxima's now bubble wrapping that with Toad. So that kind of throws that Quicksilver move out.
So we also saw an Asteroid M getting Mystique away from Venom and Gwen, bringing her right over to be comfy with Magneto.
This has been like the most movement I've ever seen in a game. The characters
So
are
much
all
movement.
over the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
With so few attacks, there's just so many more actions on movement and movement tactics and superpowers.
All right, we're getting right to the end of the round here.
So where are Gruesome Twosome's Toad and Quicksilver?
So Toad,
Is he still way up in the corner?
I think Toad is right behind this building here. And then Quicksilver. Taylor, where's Quicksilver? Where's Quicksilver?
He is right next to Toad behind that building.
Oh, they're both behind that
okay,
building.
so they are Toad and Quicksilver are right here.
in the bunker of Smiles.
Being friends, the bunker of smiles. That's Quicksilver, obviously. You can tell. It looks just like him. Oh wait.
Well, it's a little bit of hair in his face. Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, here's his white hair. And then we got Toad hanging out with him. They're buddies. They're both happy, smiling, having a good time.
I like Toad's googly eyes.
Yeah. He does have big eyes.
What big eyes you have.
All the better to tongue punch you off of objectives with. Okay. So I think maybe the Brotherhood of Awesome has forgotten that Toad and Quicksilver are hanging out behind the cosmic taco stand.
So, current deliberation right now is we are Gruesome Twosome is currently 1 point behind.
So the Gruesome Twosome is 1 point behind. They're deliberating on how they might be able to pull this out in the last few minutes of this round.
At least get a draw. I think the best they can hope for right now is a draw with the time is left.
Do they feel like there's a path there? Or is it that they don't feel like they might be able to execute it?
He actually made hope.
Uh-oh.
the token for Mystique's activation over to another place. Really, you can't do something one play.
All right, I'm
I see
seeing
handshaking.
handshakes.
So it looks like Brotherhood of Awesome takes the lead.
Okay. Brotherhood of
End of the
Awesome
round.
does, in fact,
Gonna be what,
Seize
14,
the day.
13?
looks like it.
Probably. What's our final score, Taylor? 14, 13?
Taylor. That's
Scary.
very loud.
It's not even a scary sound. It's just, it's so blah.
Yeah.
I never expect it. Ooh, thank you.
Brotherhood of Awesome 14.
Okay.
Gruesome Twosome 13.
So we do end 14 to 13.
Love it. So close. If they had a little more time, still either side's game here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like this was a really good one to start the day with.
For real. And it's always great to see Omnus and Chewie and Divs within one. I mean, you really can't ask for a closer game, and
Love it.
it all comes down to there being still too much strain on the table.
Well, they only have 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 more, potentially 3 more rounds. There'd probably be no terrain left. Maybe
Correct.
1 or 2 pieces lingering that just got missed.
Correct. So who do we think the MVPs of this match were?
Juggernaut.
Yeah.
I want to say Quicksilver, but then we realized it was done wrong, so
Yeah.
his stock went down pretty heavily
Yeah.
there.
But still narratively awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
loved it. Yeah, A Rogue had a fantastic turn against Juggernaut. Only
Yeah.
took him down half,
Yeah.
but still, her potential. But she took away a bunch of power
Yes.
in addition to doing some damage. So
The
She's
deception
awesome.
on Juggernaut was a great play from Mystique.
Yes.
Also, Magneto didn't have an absolutely massive showing, but when he was on, either
Yeah.
generating a ton of power, making sure the Brotherhood of Awesome was stacked at all points,
Yes.
or just absolutely crushing Miles Morales.
Yeah.
There in this final round was incredible.
oh, Dallas doesn't like mayonnaise.
Dallas, you don't like mayonnaise? Oh, I mean, birds of a feather. I hate it. People try to put it in my stuff, and I don't like it. Oh, Hammy Bone, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Gifted subs.
But no, I love seeing both Juggernauts. There was still a total of like 6 attacks all game, a little bit more
Yeah.
at the end, but
Yeah.
still not
Yeah.
many. Really interesting movement-heavy game. It was all about positioning,
Yeah.
and it was 1 point decided all pretty much just because they were aggressive with Juggernaut and grabbed that spider effective from the middle.
Correct.
One of the first activations
Yeah.
that essentially decided it.
Well, and it was those rotations too. It's that weird dance that we talked about as far as having those Juggernauts not really wanting to engage, but wanting to get yours in there, but still being kind of cautious about it. We saw a lot of replacements and reconfigurations in those first 2 rounds, just kind of making sure that people were safe and points were and people sacrificed those objectives too on both sides. The bottom right-hand objective was kind of given up pretty early. They're like, listen, Proxima and Magneto are on the way.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here anymore.
And Miles and Gwen cannot stand up to that combination. Even just Magneto, I don't think they could stand up against.
Correct. Well, and then on the top side of the board too, with Brotherhood of Awesome's Magneto and Toad kind of giving up on the upstairs Infinity formula.
Yeah.
And be like, listen, there's a Quicksilver, there's a Gwen, there's a lot of people coming right at us, including Venom. Maybe we should just leave. Seems like a party we might not want to be at.
Yeah, right? Oof.
How about you, Danny? What do you think? Who's your MVP?
Definitely just that one turn with Rogue. Like, she did all of the things that I was hoping that Rogue would be able to do. I wish we could have seen a little bit more. But I don't know, I loved that.
Yeah.
Really, really loved that. And the dueling Juggernauts. Just so fun.
Correct. Well, then, regardless of whether can I borrow that working or not, Quicksilver getting in 5 successes on Juggernaut was awesome. Seeing that much damage go through on someone that is so formidable is both rare and incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we think we'll continue to see the level of Juggernaut being played in our next few rounds?
I'm okay with a little Juggernaut break
Oh,
for a game.
Yeah.
Seeing 2 on the table at once, like,
Fair.
I want to see Colossus. I want to see more of the new stuff. Gambit, Magic,
Yeah.
X-23, Honey. I want to see Honey Badger. I really like Honey Badger.
I
Yeah,
would like to see
Honey
some X-23 and Honey Badger for sure.
I feel like we have some Juggernaut saturation.
Correct.
You know?
Super
Yes.
saturated.
So we can definitely, eyes in the sky. Oh, we want to see Blade.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
Blade, Midnight Suns. I want to say real quick while I know Dallas is here, thank you for naming her Honey Badger and not her new name Scout. Honey Badger's way better name.
Yep.
And just fits with the whole Wolverine theme so much better.
Yep.
And she's such a cool piece. An ankle biter is just really
I
fun.
love that ability.
Like, incredibly fun.
And we can try, we'll be on the lookout for teams that are playing some of those characters and
Yeah.
try to get them on the table.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
All right, we have a special guest here. Quick.
Special guest.
Special guest. Mr.
You're already my
Yeah.
favorite, and you give me a chair too. That's right.
Mr. Omnus Protocol himself. How are you?
Have a seat too.
There you go.
What'd you think of the game?
Oh man, I gotta say, my favorite part of the game was
Yeah.
honestly like how great it was to just play games with Matt and Brandon. Like
Yeah.
they were just awesome sports. We were joking around the whole time. I think the sad part was like we would have loved to keep playing it. Right?
Yes.
We were having such a fun game, and yeah, there was a couple of mistakes. Right, we realized that they misused the Mystique leadership
Yeah.
and they messed up. Can I borrow that? But I should have caught it too.
Yeah.
But,
Well, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the narrative of Quicksilver somehow getting all that damage through and then also taking it. It's rad. Yes, it was against the rules, but listen, it was really cool.
dude, we're all joking about it at the table. Like I was like keeling over. I'm like, I'm Juggernaut. Like, nice punch.
We were super excited to see 2 Juggernauts on the table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If there's one thing I love, Omnus, it's stuff getting hucked, and then when you get twice the fun of hucking,
Yes.
it's a hucktastic time.
And I really like the road play of having her throw the side sword before he's damaged. So go,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you check your brace right now. Before you can see how the rest of my attack rolls go, so you gotta kill it now, and I think that's something that people wait on. They usually wait for the throw to the end.
Well, it's almost like a psychological piece with Rogue sitting right next to a size 4 piece of terrain where you're like, yeah, no, come, take this point, please.
Yeah. Well, she can throw. It's Captain Marvel who gave the size 4 throw.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yes.
It was super cool. I'm not as much of like a Juggernaut fan as Chewie is, but when he was like, "What do you think about us doing Brotherhood?" I'm like, "Let's do it." And I'm like, "I'll do Mags. You have Scarlet Witch and Jugs on your side." And so like, there's just some awesome pain train coming.
So, tell me about how you guys made your teams going into this with this setup, the +6 kind of on the standard crisis side. Were there specific kind of, not sacrifices, but different decisions you would have made had you not had that +6?
Yeah, so I think a big part of why we thought Brotherhood would be cool in this format is there's sometimes like you have Magneto, right? Who's 6th threat. He's got a really cool leadership. He can power up Scarlet Witch. He can power up Juggernaut. So we really wanted to make it like, well, with these extra threat value, there's some other cool characters that you normally can't also fit in. And we thought that would be the fun part about this format is it's still basically just like playing MCP, right?
Yeah.
There's not some big significant, it's not an OP kit or something that like can totally change the dynamics.
Correct.
Well, we get to like maybe do some math that wouldn't have been possible before, right? And so we thought Brotherhood would be super fun for that.
We were talking about that too. It's like some of those bigger threat characters, like Scarlet Witch, like Juggernaut, like Magneto, a lot easier to fit in one of these, and maybe it becomes a lot more easy to get that mental block out of, well, they're really expensive. It's like, we got 6 bonus points. It's like a gift card.
Dude, I almost put Colossus in this game.
Wow.
Right? So we put bodyguards on both sides. So there's Okoye on his roster and Colossus on mine.
All right.
We're thinking like protect Scarlet Witch, protect Magneto. I do think Colossus has play in Brotherhood. I think Rogue ended up being the right choice in this case, but
I do
I
too.
think it was in the conversation.
So I'm super curious to try to get into the mind there a little bit of the Omnus Protocol. How did you guys just like one day wake up out of a fever dream and just go, all right, this is the team we're playing? Or did you guys meticulously sit down and calculate and figure out what it is you were going to run?
So, I met Chewie at LVO, right? And he just I saw that he was posting that he was going to make it about the time that I figured out that I was going to make it. I was like, dude, there's one team tournament spot.
Yeah.
Dude, you want to do it? Sure. We figured out that we were going to do Brotherhood about 11 o'clock last night. And we built the list, the actual list. I messaged him on Discord with like a few, like, here's kind of what I think of like 2 base rosters.
Yeah.
Like, with like, here's a few characters and a few other characters I think we should consider working in. And then we built it literally like behind us 50 feet, at like 7:45.
I love that. Dallas says hi, by the way.
Oh, hey, Dallas.
Sounds obtainable.
Dude, I love the space taco truck. We were joking around at the table like, dude, there are space tacos everywhere. Can Dallas describe the space tacos that are like all over Juggernaut at this point? Like maybe that's his next painting stream is like adding space tacos.
Do you have to, specifically in space where there's less gravity, to keep in all those toppings, do you have to melt cheese on top to keep all that goodness in?
I assume that there is special designed cheese that like attaches to the cheese
Anti-grav
taco.
cheese.
Like you're just like you walk the taco under thing and like the ingredients and stuff just like
A cosmic fresho, if you will.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just sprinkle on top.
Yeah.
So, Chuck, why
Yeah.
don't you tell Charles exactly
So,
what we're going to be presenting?
Right
now?
here at the Professional Casual Network, we have a little thing that it's an exclusive club.
Okay.
It's the Big Chuckers Only Club. Very limited, very prestigious title. We're going to make you an honorary member of our Big Chuckers Club.
Oh, I love it.
You get your own membership card and your own nickname.
You get your own Big Chucker name.
You get your own Big Chucker name. Now, unfortunately, the only way that this is done is Tim and I are going to make it right now, one word at a time.
Okay.
Tim, are you ready?
I am. So, to just breathe this out a little bit. So, we both pick random words and just say them in order. And
Yep.
That's
That's
what
your
it
name.
is.
Okay.
All right. Are you
Yeah.
ready? Steel.
Juggernaut. Yeah, okay.
All right, Steel
All right.
Juggernaut. Steel.
Was it steel with an AL, though?
No, I was thinking Steel.
Oh, gotcha.
Steel.
ER-N-A-U-T.
I almost feel like it should have been Adamantium Juggernaut.
Yeah,
But
I do too.
As
A
long
Steel
as-
Juggaletto, if you will.
oh yeah.
I mean, we can change it. It could be an Adamantium Juggernaut really quick. Really quick.
I mean, yeah.
Juggernaut's
Look,
the
we'll
best
just do
there is
this.
at what he does, and what he does is be Adamantium.
And now you get to sign it, bud.
All right, so we're gonna have to figure out how to spell Adamantium live, unfortunately, here on Twitch.
I am not going to help you, but I know how to spell it.
I think it's Adaman. Tium.
Colosolnaugh, Mick One Gamer. I actually like that a lot. That's
Colosolnaugh.
Colosolnaugh. But
Cross it all out, right, Colosolnaugh?
Adamantium.
Adamantium Colosolnaugh.
Oh, that's so
Dude,
there
rad.
we go.
Thank
Group-
you, Twitch, for helping.
effort.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mitch.
So there
bro.
you go.
Everyone contributed a little bit.
Yeah.
Tim,
Okay.
Chuck, Omnus, and Mick One Gamer.
That's the beauty of the Big Chucker Club. We're all one big family, bud.
Mitch,
Yeah.
glad you were here, bud. That's
Yeah.
great. So, Adamantium Colosolnaugh, where could everyone follow and find your stuff?
Basically, if you search for Omnus Protocol, OMNUS. I podcast. I've got a YouTube channel as well where I record games. You can see some stuff live from LVO. Do a podcast. Occasionally, I need to find a time to drag on one of the very prestigious legends from. Wait, did I roll a wild? And have them on the show so that we can do that stuff.
That is
too.
absolutely something I
Here's-
think we would
here's-
probably all fight for internally.
Here's my one pitch to go check out Omnus Protocol. If you love any of the great ideas that I have over at Wait Did I Roll a Wild, I guarantee you it's because I was listening to Omnus Protocol and go, that sounds good. I'm going to make it sound like it was my own idea.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Just steal that.
Charles' minds think alike, my son.
Oh yeah, there's a club. Like
Yep.
there's a club of the Charles Squad.
Exactly.
Or the Big Chuckers Club.
The
maybe.
Big Chuckers
Right.
Only
Yeah.
Club, yeah. Congratulations on being a Big Chucker, bud.
Oh man,
There you go.
I mean, I may have just won a game, but this is like I just won life.
You're welcome,
Right.
bud. That's the way to go.
I'm gonna have to message my girlfriend right away. Be like, I just want you to know I've been renamed. I will now be referred to as Adamantium Colosolnaugh.
Yes.
All the time.
I'm really excited that you're so committed to this already that she's going to have to call you this now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you do
Yeah.
not legally change your name, here's the good thing. Member of the show. Dan Cole legally changed his name, which was his big chucker name, Dan Cole.
Yeah.
So he legally changed his name. We really appreciate that about him. Thank you, Dan Cole.
Yeah, thank you, Dan.
Make One Gamer. Message me anywhere you find me. I will hook you up with something. We'll figure out something fun to do.
Heck yeah.
Awesome.
We love that. That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
Community coming together.
All right, so as we're going to be getting ready for the next game, we are going to take a very quick break here, but we will be back very shortly.
Stay tuned. Hey, let us know in the chat what you're looking forward to the most on the next table.
Yes.
I mean, this team tournament the teams are all over the
And
place.
why is it bullseye?
Could I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
You should get Norbert on. Norbert's in it, and
Yes.
his buddy came over from across the Atlantic as well.
They crossed the whole pond, I heard.
And
Yeah.
Norbert is one of the best people. You should totally see if you can drag
I
him
think
into the
actually
game.
that's a great call. He
Yep.
stopped by earlier and introduced himself. Just an absolutely incredibly
different
nice
affiliations too. They're playing Criminal Syndicate Avengers, so you get totally different.
Ooh.
Okay,
totally
we do
different
need
teams
them.
and what.
I appreciate
them.
I appreciate anyone who brings their own mug across an entire ocean just to like have a nice cup of tea in the morning.
Yes.
So
Oh,
absolutely
it's
going to be on
adorable.
stream. Absolutely.
All right, so
All
we'll
right.
be back shortly. We're going to get the next table on the board.
Thank you,
We'll
Omnus.
be right back. Stay tuned.
Later, nerds.
Maybe. I think it's this one. We did it.
Go on.